Hello.
All right. What's going on, everybody? You guys, can you still hear me?
Well, yeah.
Yep.
Loud and
All
clear.
right. We all sound good. We're using a new platform today. This is through Streamlabs. So you guys will have to let us know in the comments if the quality's good and everything. Let me make sure I got the chat up. K's already on it. They're already fighting for number one. Damn, K beat you, Quex. But we got a lot to talk about today. A lot of political stuff. I'm still not over the whole Thomas Massie thing, as you guys will see by what we're bringing up. And then the government, surprisingly, actually released some more UFO stuff. I don't know if any of us thought this was actually going to happen or not, but it did.
I honestly thought they were going to delay for ages before they released anymore.
I did too. You went through it more than any of us. What did you make of the new releases?
The documents, just there's only like 6 of them, so it's not really too much there. The videos is the same shit for the most part. Just either new videos of the same shit we've seen before. A couple of them are kind of interesting. There's a few that they look kind of odd, and to me don't really look like a spacecraft, or their movement is just insanely out of this world. But other than that, it's just the same shit.
Yeah, that's kind of what the videos I watched, that's my thing. I was underwhelmed. Like, it was a lot of the same stuff. Here's this guy again saying Red Bar is watching. He's commented on every one of our videos saying Red Bar is watching. I love this guy. I don't know who Red Bar is, but he's always watching.
In here, brother.
yeah. Thank you. But no, I was underwhelmed by these new UFO videos. Like, they're all filmed with potatoes. Like, it's all just shitty quality. It looks like our podcast. Like, the government's releasing videos that look like they're filmed by us.
Well, I intentionally didn't look at any of them, if I'm honest with you. Like, you guys, because I wanted to have that, but now you're letting me down. You're really letting me down.
I will say there was one video that was high quality. I don't know if you saw it, Quex, but I'm sure we can show it later. But there was the one video where it was real high quality. You could see, the clouds and you could see the detail in them and stuff. But the objects still look like shit for some reason.
Yeah.
But anyways,
go
ahead, Quex.
There was one that was actually in color as well, like more like it was actually being looked through a camera lens rather than like thermal or something. But even then, I've seen clearer graphics on bloody Minecraft.
What's up, Shelly? Appreciate
How's it
you
going?
stopping by.
Appreciate everybody being here. Even Red Bar, whoever that is, Shelly. Thank you. All right, what do you guys want to start with? You want to start with
politics? Let's dig into the politics first.
I agree. We got the friend of the show, Tim Burchett. That's who we're gonna listen to first. Dude. All right, here we go. This is Tim Burchett. He is just saying how the Republican Party just is completely fumbling having full control, which they're not going to have for much longer because they're about to lose the midterms. Also, Tim Burchett, one of the only good congressmen we have, apparently.
Oh, you're from Ireland. We're all except for one. East Coast. One is from the UK. He's our we're not convinced he's a person. He might be a sentient AI, but we're trying to figure that out.
That's pretty cool though. We got somebody from Ireland watching. Thank you for stopping by. That's pretty dope. But this is Tim Burchett. Basically, he's just complaining how the Republican Party's not getting anything done. And he's kind of giving an insight of what actually is happening in our politics. He's talking about how they're doing backroom deals, and all these Republicans are just folding to these backroom deals, you know. But let's just listen to him, not my dumb ass.
Everybody, Tim Burchett. It's after 1 o'clock. We're leaving Transportation Committee. I was here Monday and Tuesday, and we didn't do anything. And here it is. What is it? Thursday night, Friday morning. Friday morning. Monday and Tuesday we didn't meet at all, and then we get dropped a 1,000-page bill. When did they drop it on us?
This weekend, Saturday, Sunday.
Saturday, Sunday, and then Chairman Graves, who's a Republican, voted against. It looked like a majority of the Republican amendments, and most of them died, and they were all pretty good, doing away with those crazy traffic cameras, and they're just, all they are is revenue cameras, and wouldn't vote with us on that, and of course they're in the bill, and it's just, it's got a lot in it.
Yeah, so what he's talking about is the flock cameras and stuff. What he's saying is you know, you hear a lot of conservative people, and not even conservative, pretty much everybody. Like, I feel like this is a bipartisan thing. Like, a lot of people don't want these flock cameras. They don't want to be surveilled. And they introduced this bill, and there were some backroom deals, and it got taken out of the voting.
Yeah. I mean, he does seem like one of the good guys. One of the things I love how he also, not to sidebar or anything, but he looks so disheveled sometimes. Like, his glasses are crooked, and it just looks like he's gone through a war. He's man.
He looks like he cares. He looks like he cares.
Yeah.
But how many times a week does Congress even meet? I think it's only like 3 or 4 times a week these guys have to meet. And then that's what he was saying about the weekend deals. That's another tactic they use because you don't have everybody there. And then if you're not there, you can't vote. And then anybody who's watched the stream, you might remember, but we played the video of Randy Fine going to because they have like buttons you push to vote, right? They have buttons you push. And there was a video somebody caught of Randy Fine going up and pushing people's buttons who weren't there to vote the way he wanted.
That shit should be like, that's pretty bad in my eyes. That's like fraud or I don't know the legal term for it, but like the fact that that was recorded, and what he probably had someone say, you can't do that, because I know, like, one of my best friends is a politician. Like, I kind of know how they are. Like, you shouldn't do that. But like, that's it.
Yeah. And it goes back to what we were saying in the last stream. Like, they get in these positions of power and they stop doing what got them there. Oh, we have somebody here from Brazil, I think. What's up? But you know what I'm saying? They get there, then they get comfortable. It's, I've made it. I can relax.
Of course. I mean, in again, knowing a very close friend of, and you go up the level even more where you're making $174,000 a year and act like that's not enough money. But a lot of, and no term limitation, like a lot of these dudes can sit there. Like, it's harder to beat a guy, even if his district isn't fully happy with him. It's still more difficult to come in and beat him in an election. And you see it on the state level, on the federal level. These dudes go there and sit there until they're dead.
Yep.
And when you,
again, we talked about that last episode too. Senior citizens running this country.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's,
oh, you're from Virginia? What's up, man? We're getting all the international guests today. This is awesome.
Hey, I'm all about it.
Yeah, we appreciate everybody being here, man. Thank you guys for dropping where you're from too. It's cool to see where everybody's from.
But yeah, I think, I'm not a fan of our government at this point, especially the bipartisanship. And now, where does this lead that there's so much infighting on the Republican side? Like, Democrats don't really have as much infighting right now because they're kind of taking a back seat. It almost seems like,
they're being very smart.
Yeah,
they're just sitting back and watching this shit happen.
Yeah. Yeah. And that's only going to cause more discourse down the line. And like you said, a big fear of mine is, you know, when a Democratic president, depending on where this goes, gets back in, people might start going to jail for you know, for stuff they've said, like saying on the Republican side.
Yes.
And that's a scary thought to think about. And it's also a scary thought to think about Trump and all this talk about 2028. Like, it's getting to the point where I could almost see him trying to pull something like, oh, I'm not leaving.
Dude, and I have a clip about that. You know, he's been hinting at that for a while, all the way back to early on in this term. It was a joke because one of the presidents he was talking to didn't have an election because they were at war.
1 second. We're going to get into UFOs probably, I'd say, half hour or so. I was telling Jay to hold on for a second. I don't want you to think we're ignoring you. That's one of our biggest subjects. We love it very much, and we're just getting through some other things we wanted to talk about first.
Yeah, we're going to get into the UFO stuff, but I don't know if I've heard about the Claudio case specifically.
I haven't.
But I lost my train of thought now.
Send a link if you have it, brother.
You remember what I was talking about?
I'm sorry, I didn't mean. No, the clip of something about Trump not leaving.
No, okay, thank you. So no, it was. I could probably pull it up, but it's a clip of him early on into this run, and he's talking to one of, I don't remember what president it was. I think it was Turkey. I think it was Erdogan, and he had elections delayed because of a conflict. And Trump was like, "Oh, that's useful to know." And he's made other comments too. And I have a clip we'll play here in a little bit, but it's him saying the same thing. And, you know, you have Trump supporters who are pro him staying in power in 2028, trying to find a way to do that. Our boy Euro Travel, he loves that Trump 2028 hat.
And I appreciate him for what he's done, right? Like he has helped us in some little sense. I don't agree with pretty much anything the dude says. I think he's
I don't understand what he says half the time.
Yeah, I think you know, I don't want to be hurtful or anything. It's just I don't agree with the guy. I think he's a little out there at times, and
yeah, no,
yeah. Go ahead.
And here's the thing. Like, I don't even know if I should have debated that dude. The only reason I say that is because when we're talking about infighting among conservatives and Republicans, that's really what we were doing. Like, and like I told them, at the end of the day, we agree on way more shit than we disagree with. And that's kind of my problem with the whole thing. Is like, when you look at this Thomas Massie thing, he disagreed with Trump on like very important shit, in my opinion. On the Israel question and these Epstein files. What? I just don't get it, man. At this point, go ahead. I've talked for long enough. Go ahead.
Well, no, that's healthy. And that's something like what we've talked about, and we always talk about. We will argue or have different points of views of things, and we're not gonna, oh yeah, I'm not talking to him. I'm not gonna go and go into a chat and say, oh, this guy's crazy. This guy, like that's a big part of a healthy relationship.
Yeah.
And it is like someone who holds you accountable. Like you do it in the form of giving me shit all the time, but like
yeah, I give everybody shit,
but
Dustley did not appreciate it.
The fact that he switched and did all this, and you can't help but think, I know that was your whole big talk about AIPAC and all that stuff, and I agree with you on like AIPAC. There's clearly, yes, the money doesn't actually come from Israel, but the people in AIPAC, their loyalty is clearly with Israel. At the end of the day,
it's undeniable.
And in the whole thing, Trump saying he's not supporting Massie. The dude doesn't do any debates. And, like I said, it's not easy to beat someone who holds the seat. And what's his name? The red hat kid, Euro and travel. But he was like, oh, this and that and this and that. And like money. Yes, money does matter, because when you're crowding the airways, ads, you know, what do they call them when they try to make you look stupid? The
hit piece.
Yeah, like so many people are sheep in this world, especially in this country.
Yeah.
Not talking too much shit about Kentucky, but there's plenty of people, country bumpkins out there, that are gonna trust what they're seeing.
Leave us alone.
That are gonna say, oh, this ad tells me Massie's a bad man, and all this, and they do no research. They're just doing what they're told. So money, yes, it makes a huge a factor when it comes to a political race.
And the other thing is look at the donors. Like we talked about on our last show, he had 1,500. Massie had 1,500 donors from the district.
Yeah.
The other guy had 50. But somehow he wins the race, dude. And then you have the mysterious mail-in ballots, which I brought up during the debate. Like, no. We all agree that the 2020 election was mysterious because of mail-in ballots, but nobody wants to talk about it now because Trump said Massie's bad.
Yep.
But I wanted to let's go into a little bit more corruption that's going on right now, because Congress was supposed to have a vote on the War Powers Act today. They're supposed to have a vote on the War Powers Act today. I apologize. This video is going to have a little bit of wind in it, but this guy, what he's talking about in this video is how they used a technicality to avoid the vote. So now it's going to be, I'm not sure how much long, but they had enough people to vote this down, to end this war. And now it's not going to happen.
It's the gray area bullshit, and when you there's no place for that in government, and that's what they all do. It's like sleazy lawyers come in and tell them, hey, you can exploit this here, and it's so sad to see.
Yeah, and that's unfortunate, Rebecca.
I completely agree. Yeah,
that we have to vote for the lesser of two evils, but.
I hate that term. It bothers me.
I do too, but the shitty thing is it's reality.
Yeah.
It's either that or it's worse, and they're all doing the same thing.
Yep.
Either way, it's fucked up.
And it's not just here in America. Like, the UK, Quex, Shelley, Ireland, Brazil. Like,
it's everywhere.
It's... Red Bar, yeah. Can you please, we love you being here. I want to know.
Red Bar is the ultimate red pill. Okay, we believe you, Red Bar. We believe you.
No, that's Mark.
Oh, okay, Mark. We believe you that Red Bar is the ultimate red pill.
I love this guy.
Yeah, I do too, dude. He's commented on every video. I like it. Yeah. I'm still not sure what Red Bar is. I was looking it up and I found a podcast, but I don't know if it was the right one. But let's watch this video. Again, I apologize. It does have a lot of wind, so the audio will be kind of jacked when we first play it here.
Can I talk to you about this? I'm on a warpath.
Tell me. I heard chicken hawk motherfuckers.
These
about the war powers resolution, right?
Every American needs to know what just happened. There was supposed to be an up or down vote on this war. Do you want to continue this war almost 3 months in? Do you want to continue skyrocketing gas prices? It just passed the Senate. It was supposed to be voted on right now, and these chicken hawk motherfuckers came up with a made-up bullshit procedural reason to not have the vote, to not let every American know, where does your representative stand? You can agree or disagree, but at least stand up and be counted. Do you want to continue this war? Do you want to continue Americans dying? Do you want to continue gas prices going up? Or do you want to actually exercise our voices? And so, especially for people that served in the last 2 wars in Iraq and Afghanistan, we are furious, and the American people should be furious.
So they literally had this on the schedule all day?
Yeah.
And then they just canceled the rest of the votes here?
A war powers resolution is what's called a privilege resolution, meaning the founders knew this was so important that they gave each individual member the ability to force it. And the excuse that they just came up with, Speaker Johnson, no one has ever heard of this. They made up some loophole or found some loophole, and it is truly fucking pathetic.
Thank you, George.
Yeah.
Appreciate
That shit just pisses me off, man.
And that's what it's all about. It's just like, it's law at the end of the day.
Yes.
It's like there so many of them act like shady lawyers that find these back doors and just manipulate it to stonewall, to stall, to do what they think is best. And they don't give a shit about us.
Obviously.
None of them, it seems, maybe there's a few of them, I can't say none of them, right? But
you can count them on one hand.
yeah, and it's they're not for us anymore.
No.
And this, I think this goes outside of the American government. I think evil has crept its way into the power system of so many countries, and as I've said, religion, everything, to where it's all being manipulated. It's all like, and it's disheartening, man. It's kind of scary.
Goes back to what we said quite a few times. I said the shit that they do is it's literally just in your face now. But, you know, most people, like you said, they're just sheep, so they just go along with it. Even if they know it's wrong, they'll say it's wrong, but they'll fuck all about it.
And to everyone else, it's my favorite thing. It's pretty much them saying, "What the fuck are you gonna do about it? You're gonna sit there and talk on your podcast and be upset, but you're not gonna do shit about it."
Yeah. And dude, to say what you will, but it's been executed brilliantly. They have everybody sedated. Like, everybody is sedated. Everybody's focused on fighting with each other, like we were just talking about. Now MAGA not only hates Democrats, but they also hate conservatives. Like, they hate the right that wanted the Epstein files. Like, it's just division upon division upon division to get us to where we all hate each other more. But we got these people who are supposed to represent us sitting in Washington, D.C., who now our representatives are supposed to vote. So we can see, hey, are you actually representing us? Are you actually representing how we feel? Because a lot of us don't want to be in this war with Iran. Oh, and then guess what? What do? Sorry, the coffee machine's down. We can't have the vote. Like, go fuck yourself. Our ancestors would have burnt this bitch to the ground.
And the other thing they do is, we can't have the vote, but then also, if it's not going their way, they hold everyone hostage.
Yes.
And they're there again. There's been plenty of times. He's on a state level where they're locked in there. They're locked in the chambers. They're sleeping on couches. Because nope, we haven't figured this out yet. We're staying here.
Isn't there a term for that? Gerrymandering.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No.
Dude. I couldn't do it. I could not be a politician.
No, and especially on a federal level, like beyond state. Like I know state has its own struggles and stuff, but I feel like the lesser the state governments and stuff is where, for the most part, democracy is still alive, where people's votes matter, where big money just kind of can't really see unless you're projected or showing signs of being, more politician going into Congress, Senate, presidency, whatever. Then they might take interest on you, but everyone else, they kind of, there's no use. So they take a back seat, and it really is where the vote and going out there and talking matters. So,
and then the second you don't play ball, you're the enemy. I mean, we've seen that with Trump several times. He did it with MTG. Now he's doing it with Thomas Massie. Tim Burchett will probably be next on the list. Like, that dude's going to have nowhere to go. If 2028 rolls around and a Democrat wins, he might not have an option but to go to Israel.
Oh, we're still here
at
in
this point.
2028.
Yeah.
I mean, that too.
Yeah. But I wanted to show this video because it kind of goes to what we're talking about with a lot of these MAGA people just being completely just brainwashed. I don't even know if it's the right term, but
MK Ultra.
Dude, for real. But it's this talking point that Massie voted against all this shit. And here you're going to see Exhibit A, Goober Supreme here. He's going to tell us how Massie was basically a Democrat and he voted against all this shit. But he's going to get proven wrong real quick. And again, this is a great example. This is somebody who just heard a talking point and was like, yeah, that's right. That's correct. Trump said he's a bad guy, so that must be right.
Hello? You're not doing... Are you doing something?
What?
Yeah,
Nothing's on the screen.
You was putting up a stream or...
It's awkward.
There you go.
we're learning a new... Sorry, guys. We're learning a new system here. I have to hit show on the side every time. Let me back it up. All right. Damn, you guys could have said that when I was saying Exhibit A over here. But anyways.
I was just waiting.
I was waiting for it.
We got this guy. From now on, I'll say I'm showing it, and then just if it does pop up, just remind me. But we got this guy. He's about to tell us how Thomas Massie's a Democrat, and he voted against Trump like all the time, which is a bold-faced lie.
Do you really think this administration's problem is Thomas Massie and it's going swimmingly, and he's the reason that you're not going to be able to achieve like your anti-immigration vision?
Not precisely, no. And I guess to respond to that briefly, I don't really know if I even believe in the principle itself, because you remember also in the first Trump administration, Massie voted against emergency authorization funding for the wall. So that was without the $4 trillion, and he still voted against that. So he seems to be principally opposed to
that wasn't a standalone. It was another giant spending bill.
Okay, well, the point being,
the
it doesn't seem...
resolution is what you're talking about.
Yeah, the point being, it doesn't seem that he has this like principle. It's like the ratchet mechanism where it's only a principled stand against something when it actually like helps Republicans win, and then every other time, you know, he can vote like in lockstep with Democrats more or less. But regarding, you know, Thomas Massie,
it's just a lie. It's just not true at all.
Regarding
man.
whether
you
Massie
make stuff up, like.
Nothing I'm saying is incorrect. Literally, none of this is incorrect.
No. Objectively, what you just said is incorrect, that he votes with the Democrats most of the time.
Thomas Massie is the most likely Republican representative to vote with Democrats.
That's a different statement. It's not the factually incorrect one that you just made.
Different bills I would assign different weights to. So effectively, yeah, the guy is a Democrat, which is why, you know, Democrats love him. That's why we have Democrat influencers praising his integrity.
Heritage Action, Turning Point, the pro-life groups, the NRA.
All right, that's enough. Like, how do you say that shit and just think like, yeah, this is gonna sound good?
Well, this is a huge problem with me with bipartisanship. Is it wrong for you to be a Republican and say, you know, maybe just because they're a Democrat, I have to vote against them? No. This is a good idea. This is, yes, I do like this. And we're becoming so polarized through this system where you have people like this that, you know, oh, well, you know, he's voted for with Democrats. Yeah, because maybe his district, his constituents do agree with it, because a lot of people might say, yeah, this is a good idea. But now, I mean, when it comes to the Republicans, you're enemy number one, because that is a huge problem in the system.
Yes, that you could not vote for a giant spending bills when we're almost $40 trillion in debt, when you could push back on the president not releasing the Epstein files, which he said he was going to do, when you could push back on this giant spending and military effort to Israel, which we shouldn't be doing. And now automatically you're a Democrat, which anybody who's listened to Thomas Massie knows that's the furthest thing from the truth. But what you're saying is very important. Like, you should be able, there is stuff they should agree on. I'm going to share a clip here in a second of AOC actually saying something good, which I can't stand that woman. But she brings up brought up a really good point the other day.
It's just the problem with the bipartisan. I know there's more, but you know, with the system and with people being brainwashed and with people, and it's not just Republicans, Democrats. Oh, we have to vote no on this because it's a Republican issue. Well, do you think it's a good idea? Yeah, but I'm a Democrat, and like, do you hear yourself?
yeah,
that
like what are
to
you
me
saying right
is
now?
Crazy. Like, especially in the MAGA circle, some things you can say, yeah, I agree that's a good idea. Like the MAGA-tards will attack you for it just because someone from the Democratic Party is the one who said it. It's like, do you hear yourself?
Not even the Democratic Party. People within the Republican Party.
I mean, at this point, yes, yeah.
Like the people who are still all Trump, Trump, Trump. Dude, I don't know. Maybe they're just homosexuals. I don't know. But like they're in love with the man. Like at this point. Because they follow everything he says without any type of discernment.
He's an idol now.
He's an idol, 100%. Yep. Like at this point, if you're still talking like everything Trump's doing is correct, like to me, you're basically idol worshiping at this point.
That's what I was going to get into. That's why I said that I was going to. Okay, thank you.
It's what it is.
Yeah, no, I agree. I 100% agree. Yes.
Like they've put this dude on such a pedestal. He's like my bad. Go ahead, Quex.
No, I was just saying he's like the Messiah. He's like the flipping special figure.
Yep.
That's like they all people voicing that now. And
yes.
It's like, what?
Crazy.
And they defended him when he put up that picture of him as Jesus. They defended him, said he didn't do that. When I pulled it off of his Truth Social, they said he didn't do it because he did 2 interviews. The first one say, yeah, I did do it, but I thought I was a doctor. The second one, he said, I didn't do it. And all these MAGA idiots were like, oh, he said he didn't do it. Well, it's like, okay, dumbass, did you go look yourself? Did you do any type of research? It's on his Truth Social.
I will say, though, I don't think he made it.
He posted
I don't doubt he posted it, yes, but he didn't make it. You know me.
I mean, he might. To me, that doesn't matter.
I mean, it doesn't, because even someone who's not very religious when it comes to like the organized aspect of it, like, you know what you're looking at.
Yes.
It's not like, oh, I thought he was a doctor. Like, no, dude. It just goes back to the thing. What you gonna do about it? Like, it's so obvious in your face. Yeah, or whatever. Let's breeze over it. Media, shut the fuck up. We're moving on. Like,
and if any other, now I was gonna say if Biden would have done that, oh my God, the same people. Biden.
Yeah, which Biden?
Joe.
Nephilim Biden. Joe Biden.
Oh, the real one, not
yeah.
Not the machine.
No, I'm talking about that 7-foot one they walked out. But if Biden, if even Biden did POTUS, let's just say his fucking crackhead son posted it. Oh my God, would MAGA have lost their mind about it?
Have you guys watched that yet, though? Sorry, I don't mean to.
I haven't. Candace Owens.
Got him on, and he's pretty much like, yeah, I was a crackhead, man. Like,
I saw a clip.
Yeah, I've seen clips of it, and he's like, all this other stuff was bullshit. What was on that laptop was crack. That's what was on that laptop. Like, anyways, go ahead.
I don't know. All right, let's play this AOC clip because it ties into what we've been talking about lately with the data centers. That's why I decided, against my better judgment, to show a clip of AOC.
Sorry, guys.
But this is from one of these data centers that went up in Georgia. I think you were talking about it, about this data center in Georgia.
There's a big thing I keep seeing. Yeah, they're taking people's land. Georgia Power is to quote unquote feed it. Sorry, go ahead. She's
going to show the drinking water, and she says well water, which I think is very interesting. I don't know if it's all coming from wells or if any of this is from city, but let's go ahead and watch it.
I have a jar right here. This is the current drinking water in Morgan County, Georgia. Right after a data center was constructed, the metadata center was constructed. The only difference between the clean water and this was that data center. I have another one as well. So this wasn't just one well. These wasn't just one family's situation. This is what the drinking water now looks like next to that data center. And I think both of us can agree that neither one of these things are drinkable. These families now have to ship, in a rural area, have to ship water to their house in order to cook and bathe themselves. Now, I'm curious if the EPA plans any investigations on how data centers are affecting water quality and availability. I understand what you said about the rule, but are there going to be any open investigations on this issue?
So as soon as I get back to the office, I will be looking into exactly what you've just talked about, because anywhere, whatever type of construction it is a priority to ensure that water quality standards established by EPA are being met.
Can you pause it
And
for a
so
second?
we'll be
Yeah.
So especially groundwater.
Yes.
That was going to be my only counter to this, is that if there's construction going on, well water, groundwater, yes, it goes into, there's a lot of things you have to do in construction, like hay bales and water and separating all this stuff, but it's kind of inevitable. Groundwater will get messed up. It should restabilize, right? Like it would make sense that a lot of sediment could be in the water. I don't know that's what's going on. I'm not saying that's what's going on. I'm just saying that is a possible side of it, because I don't think a data center is using well water. There's not enough pressure. There's not enough water to feed what they need. They need.
They're not using well water. I'm sure they're not. They could have their own system installs where it's pumping the water out of the ground for their facility. They don't have like a well like you're thinking of.
No, I know what I get how well water works. I get pumping water out of the ground, and it's still the amount of water they need. I don't think they're getting from aquifers and groundwater.
I don't know. I don't know where they're getting the water, but
I don't either. I'm just saying, to me, it could be a possibility that construction, all this stuff it would mess with your well water for a while, because sediment is getting into the water, and it could still be an issue because they're not observing proper techniques and everything else when they're doing the construction. They're just ripping up ground, moving stuff, and
well, not even that. Where is the water they're using going after it's used? Is it just getting let into the environment?
That is a problem too. Yeah,
that's the issue.
And now, because of scaling, all that shit could be wastewater, could be getting into people's well water, and then yes, I agree, and that's why it was just one minute factor where I'm trying to see from the outside. I'm not saying that's what's happening. I'm just you know me.
Yeah.
If they're going to be using water and that for cooling at that kind of scale, ain't no way they're going to be sitting around. I can't imagine them sitting around and actually clearing that out constantly throughout the day, every day.
The question I wanted to ask too.
Oftentimes, it's cheaper to just pay the fine.
Yeah.
I wanted to ask, because I really don't know enough about it, but the problem with what happens to the water when it's used, isn't there? That's what they're calling, like when they say scaling, like the water is I don't know. I've heard.
It's not potable. Like it can't be used for anything.
Yeah, because of it running through and being heated, and it takes minerals out, and
really you can't. Sometimes if it's really sedimented, like what that one she showed, like that's going to clog up your filters anyways. Like my other house, we were on spring water and well water. And another important thing I think to bring up is they don't want people on their own water sources.
No,
when I had a guy come out when I was looking to sell my house, he straight up told me, he was like, "You're probably going to have to put a well in." He was like, "They don't want people on spring water at all." He said, "I can test your water right now and it'll be good. And I promise you, when the guy from the state comes out here, he's going to tell you have E. coli in your water." Sure enough, that's exactly what happened.
It goes into self-reliance. At the end of the day, the system is really pointing towards heavily, you know, they don't want us growing our own food. They want us relying on Walmart. They want us, and it all really seems by design at this point. And we've gone over that. I don't need to keep talking on that, where they don't want you on spring water. They want you on something that's monitored, that they control, that you have to pay for, the whole nine.
Yeah, they want you on
a plan B for people waking up. Because a lot of the shit that people would usually fall for, they're not falling for it. Like vaccines, for example. So now what they're doing, they're putting this shit in the food where they could give you a food and you're going to eat the same vaccine that they're jabbing your arm.
Yep. And they don't even have to label it.
Nope.
And the problem is, too, is how long until I don't want to sit on this too much because there's still video to play, but how long until they get into the genetics of animals? Like, you think you're raising your own cow and everything, but they've gotten into the genetics of it all, and it's carrying this marker, and you eating this meat.
That would be very tough, because you would essentially, what you would have to do is you would have to have some legislation about who can even raise animals at that point. That's what it would have to be.
Yes, but there is a filter down process, as in, like, these big breeders, these people that are selling cows, and you know, you just start injecting these I'm just using cows, pigs, whatever. You start injecting these into the breeding circles, even through subversive measures, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, yes, it's a long-term plan, but I could foresee governments doing that as just a preemptive, like, let's start it. I don't. Okay.
Look at the shit with the ticks. People getting bit by a tick and now they can't eat meat. It's the same thing. It's just modify this genetics to do something else.
People are talking about there's cures for it, though, but I don't know. I don't know enough about it.
Cures for the red meat one?
Yeah.
Well, the crazy thing about the red meat one is, and I'm sure it's not related, I just find it interesting that COVID did the same thing. Like, if you remember, we had a buddy in Hawaii who couldn't eat red meat for a while after he got COVID. Like, he said he described it as tasting like diesel.
Yep.
Yeah, shit tasted odd. Cause even me, I was ill for like 3 months when that shit happened. And after I started to recover, shit tasted odd. Nothing tasted the same. Nothing tasted right for quite a while.
And that's such an odd mechanism, too, was that people were just losing taste with it. Like, that's so weird to me. Like, out of all, like, I can't taste. And maybe that has to do with, like, sinuses or anything. Yeah.
Because they're attacking the respiratory system, innit?
Yeah.
Your taste and your smell somehow is linked in some sense. Yeah. So it would make sense that an issue with your nose or that area will also affect your taste.
You don't want to taste something you breathe through your mouth, not your nose. Mm-hmm. So, yeah, it does make sense, but it still seems so odd. Just like people were saying they can't taste anything.
That's what happened to me.
Different parasites.
That's what happened to me. That's when I realized I had it. I don't remember what I was eating. I was eating something hot. And I realized that I should go get tested. People around me had it, but I could tell it was hot because my body was reacting to it. You know, my nose was running and stuff, but I couldn't taste it. And I was like, "Oh shit!" Yeah, and then, sure enough, yeah. All right, let's show this clip of Alex Jones, friend of the show, Alex Jones, and Marjorie Taylor Greene.
Get them on here.
Talking about how Trump is probably going to try to do something to run in 2028 because he's most likely the Antichrist.
No, he is the Messiah, remember? Don't forget that.
Oh, yeah. Well, I mean, he's the Messiah of one religion, which would mean he's the Antichrist of basically the other ones. By the way, Marjorie Taylor Greene, not looking so good.
I think it's right there. Absolutely. He's like, 'cause I remember the clip. He goes, wait. I just got a big idea. I can get into war. Well, he just said yesterday, he said, I may be here in 2028. I may just stay. I may be the Israeli prime minister. What about that?
Well, that's so that type of behavior is someone planning an idea over and over and over again. He constantly says it so that he can normalize the idea and test the support and test people's reactions. But saying it over and over and over again normalizes the idea. And I think it's incredibly dangerous, and no one should ever accept it. Absolutely not. There cannot be a third term. No, that's against our laws. That's against the Constitution. There is no third term. And if this country is at war, no, our elections should not be canceled.
Red Bar is a person.
Absolutely not. As a matter of fact, they should carry on and they should go forward, and people need to fight as hard as possible for election
I agree.
integrity.
Are you worried about an October surprise, Cuba or something else before the election?
I'm worried about it.
Well, that's a terrible place to end a video.
That was my question, is whether, people enjoy when we get on this subject, or because it is something we're passionate about when it comes to America and to the world.
Kay met Alex Jones. I'm jealous. Definitely jealous. What Red Bar say? Watch Red Bar's coverage of Alex Jones.
Yeah, that's why I was saying I think Red Bar is a person, unless he's just the best. He's a really good troll, which hats off to you, sir.
Mark is now Red Bar to me. Mark is Red Bar to me.
What is Red Bar on, Mark? Like what?
Coverage of Alex Jones. It better not be hate. No Alex Jones hate will be accepted here. Not even from Red Bar.
I will accept it.
No, you won't.
Yes, I will. Yeah.
All right. Well, let's get back to the clip. You're getting off subject.
Oh, okay, Donald. Okay.
Don't do that.
Yes, sir.
Shelley said, American politics affect the world, so love to listen to just normal people talking it out. Yeah, and that's pretty shitty because we're not very fucking good at it.
That's just right until she said normal.
Yeah, I don't know how normal.
Well, that and then also, America used to mean something, right? It used to. You are, but it used to mean something to the world, and I think the world is starting to learn quickly that, we're kind of becoming this laughing pot. We're kind of becoming where it's pretty evident to everyone, the corruption, and I get this is happening a lot in Europe too. It's a problem in Europe as well, but where the cream is coming to the surface, but not cream in a good way, is the evil shit is making its way up. And, it's everyone's seeing it, and it's sad. I'm still extremely proud to be an American. I know I'm so lucky to have been born here compared to a lot of other countries. I could have been born in somewhere in Africa, a bad place.
You could have been born
Africa.
in Pakistan.
Exactly. I'm proud of it. I know I benefit from it, but I don't like what's going on. Anyways, so keep going. Sorry.
It's shitty. Well, now I have to caveat off of what you said. It's shitty because, like we say, there's nothing we can do it. A little update. I know you had messed this up a couple times, Mr. P, but Mark is not Red Bar. So you have to make sure you get that right from
Red Bar, motherfucker.
I'm sure Ponte said this.
No, I don't think he did. I don't think he did. This is not gaslighting. But anyways, just for future reference for you guys, Mark is not Red Bar, and Red Bar is very nice to Alex Jones, which is good because Alex Jones is a kind man who's never done anything wrong. Never. Anyways, what do you guys think?
You're sounding like someone, a MAGA, talking about Trump right now.
Yeah, but it's Alex Jones, so it's okay. Because he's a crazy person. But I thought it was interesting in that clip when she said he keeps saying these things to normalize it. Because he already is. Look at Goober Supreme, Euro and travel. He's an okay dude, but He's normalizing it. He's wearing that Trump 2028 hat. He did the same thing with the Epstein files. What did he do? You guys heard it last night when I debated him. Trump said it's a Democrat hoax. What did they say last night when I debated him? It's a Democrat hoax. The Epstein files are all a hoax.
The echo chamber of bullshit.
Oh,
What'd you say?
so there is a guy, Red Bar. Okay,
I said
I'm gonna look into him.
Of bullshit.
I think he's a comedian / commentary. I just looked it up.
Oh, he's a comedian?
I feel like, yeah. I don't know, but I feel we're gonna have to look into him 100%. He's on YouTube.
Okay, we'll look into him.
Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you. I know I messed things up.
No, it's all good. You just ruined the whole fucking show, but it's okay.
Yeah, I know.
Kay says she knows that it shows, but she's gatekeeping because, you know.
Oh, she says it was when he made the first 9/11 documentary. We had friends in the documentary from the city, and we met him during.
Oh yeah, she's from New York. Oh,
what? New York's awesome. I love New York.
You like upstate New York. You do not like New York.
I like New York City.
Oh,
I don't think you like Kay's New York.
I
like
K
New York
is
City.
K is maybe not full upstate. K, where were you from?
From the hood.
Okay. Mark, I almost called you Red Bar because
She
Mr.
is
P did it
upstate.
so many times.
She is upstate.
Mark said Red Bar is not a comedian. He also has very good coverage of the Steven Crowder divorce scandal.
I love this guy. I love this guy.
Well, there's nothing I have been interested in more lately than the Steven Crowder divorce scandal.
I love it. I feel like maybe Mark is Red Bar.
I don't know. I'm getting suspicious. Kay, you're not into conspiracy theories anymore?
Yeah, women are the worst.
I said this.
Except for Shelley. We like Shelley.
No, I love New York City. I would go back to New York City before I ever went to that scum, dirty ass city of Nashville, Tennessee. Nashville, Tennessee.
I thought you were gonna say a different city.
What'd you think I was gonna say?
The best city in the world.
Are you talking about New England?
I'm talking about Boston.
Are you talking about? It could have been any of those dirty ass cities too. You think I'm going to go to Boston or Philadelphia?
Someone who's spent plenty of time in New York City and the surrounding areas, Brooklyn and everything. Boston is way less dirty.
No, it's not. No, it's not. It's a cesspool.
You don't know what you're talking about. You don't know what you're talking about. No, you have no clue what you're talking about.
Shithole.
We don't paint over rust 6,000 times. All right.
Rust reformer, it works fine.
Dublin is dope. Like I will say Dublin, and I loved London too, but Dublin was probably my most favorite city, if that's proper English. It's probably not. It is not, but I've ever been to. I loved Ireland. I did love the UK too, but I loved Ireland. I want to go back so bad.
I've never been. I've never been, unfortunately. Oh, Mark, aka not Red Bar, said Boston is one of the lamest big cities.
All right, listen, Mark. Now I don't like you. It's not that big, even. Hey, fuck you. Ireland is awesome. Like it's one of those places. Like,
yeah, I would like to go.
Oh, and don't stay in Dublin though. Like Dublin is stay there for a few days and then go out. Like, and it goes into something we're into, like the burial mounds out in Ireland.
Mm-hmm.
Very, very old. Like if you're into that, I think they predate. She might know more than me. The pyramids. So. Yeah,
I feel like you just made that shit up.
She might know more than me.
No, I've always wanted to go visit those countries over there because they have so much more history than we do over here.
That is my
at
favorite.
least civilized cultures.
That's my favorite part. Is you walk down the streets, and like here in America, 300 whatever, like what you're seeing built, like you said, civilized. You're walking by buildings that are older than America, or America as we know it, right? Like it's just there. It's everywhere. So yeah.
Oh, you were right. There are some that are older than
buildings.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm telling you, like one place.
Is there more ghosts? Is there more ghosts over there? There's got to be more ghosts per capita.
You're gonna get me and Quex going here.
Definitely.
What about the UK, Quex? Is there more ghosts in the UK?
For sure.
There's a lot. I won't say more just because of the fact that America's a lot bigger than here.
Oh yeah, I always forget about that.
Like, yeah, we're just a little island, man.
Yeah. Yeah, see? She knows. I told you. See? Talk shit again.
I apologize to her, not you.
Fucking wearing a Jets logo on a logo. Hold on, buddy.
I'm supporting local. Oh, he's getting raided. He's getting raided. He's getting raided. Blink if you're okay.
No, Jay's watching us right now.
Oh, okay.
We're not saying wild stuff, so.
Yeah. We'll get there.
We'll get. That's when I'll tell him, hey, turn that shit off.
Yeah. Yeah, it'll be like the last time. We won't bring it up. Well, Quex, do you want to bring up the UFO
Jay?
stuff? You went into it a little bit more than everybody else. Like, what you thought was the most interesting?
Honestly, the only one that where's that list gone? The only one I found that was the most interesting though. But one of you don't have to stream it because
Okay, if you send it to me in Discord.
Yeah.
But they dropped these UFO files today. What'd they give us? I think it was another. It wasn't that many. Was it like another 6 pages?
There's this
How much text? I mean, I
barely any.
I specifically knew we were going live tonight, right? So I saw one clip that you guys sent. The rest of it I kind of just stayed out of because I think it's cool to, you know what I mean? Like I want to see it for the first time. I still feel the same thing. It's going to be inconsequential. It's going to be like
the videos were the same shit we've been seeing. It's just like, dog shit quality. Like
maybe I'm out there, but like, does everyone believe like, okay, there's life elsewhere other than Earth? Like, do we kind of have that agreement now that it's tough to say otherwise? So these these clips and these, big releases haven't told us anything.
No, not really.
Yeah.
Like this is, we've brought this up on the show before. This is all these videos they show us. It's shit independent people have been showing us, and they've just been calling it fake. So all this really is the government saying, oh yeah, these weird fucking lights in the sky are actually real. It's like, okay, can you like show us the video of when they recovered the crash at Roswell? Like, can we see the video of the alien autopsy? We know you guys recorded it. We're not fucking stupid. Like, Can we see that shit?
We appreciate you, Mark. We really do. I mean, we're still small, but we want to.
Yes.
Even if we got big, I want to keep what we have going here and not get bought out by the booty touching aliens.
Yes. No sex robots on this stream. We're here for a good time, man. We love the back and forth. We give each other shit. Sometimes we even get into minor disagreements where Mr. P's wrong and I'm right, but it's just how things go.
I've learned that through life. I'm almost always wrong. But at the base of it, okay. Shelly, that's really how I think. Like if nothing, it's naive to think That's really the base of my belief. Well, I mean, sex robots are still better than American women. See,
You said that.
I said American women, Shelley. Don't.
That's crazy. That's a crazy take.
That being said, I have to tinkle.
Oh, here we go. All right, well, hurry up and go take a piss. This dude's always got to piss. Well,
this guy's really walking around 7'4", calling it a tinkle.
Dude, he's the worst. What just happened? This video just disappeared. Let me go back.
Yeah, when you click it, it's going to be right at the bottom of the page.
Okay, I see it. It says it comes in at 20 seconds. Let me fast forward.
Mm-hmm.
All right, I got it pulled up. Let me pull it up on here. Hopefully he'll be back by then. This is his second piss. We've only been going on for an hour. What is going on?
Basically, this one, yeah, the interesting thing with this, it ain't really the beginning where it comes in. It's this just, to me, it doesn't even look like a ship.
I don't think so either. Like, a lot of these is...
by the way.
I know.
I had a vein
pulling
coming
it
out of my forehead, pushing that piss out. All right, just for you guys.
God damn!
I have to breathe.
It wasn't for us.
It was for you because you're bitching. I can hear you the whole time.
Yeah, because you got to piss every 25 minutes.
I'm well hydrated and I'm drinking beer.
We're conducting business here, and you're pissing on company time.
I don't get paid, all right?
Piss on your own time, mate.
Yeah, piss on your own time. But this is one of these super high definition videos that the government released today to prove to us that aliens are real and not just demons.
Thanks again, Shelley. We really appreciate it.
That's a light bulb on a string.
Yeah, you wait.
Hell yeah. You're right. That's all I do is pee. You said just you wait. Oh, it looks like it's getting closer.
All right.
That's
so that's
it's coming at me.
You can watch it.
That's getting
this. Get to that 1 minute 30.
Okay. I think that's interesting though, because it's got the size of it and it's 5 meters tall. So it's basically about the height of Mr. P. You said 1 minute 40?
Yeah, 1 minute 30, 1 minute 40, around there.
Okay. For those who don't know, Mr. P is our resident Nephilim.
Yeah.
Whoa, what just happened? Oh, they changed.
What the fuck?
No, he's get 40. He zooms in and then look how what it looks like. That does not look like a craft to me. But just keep watching.
Small for me.
And it also doesn't look like what it looked like before.
It's probably going to zoom in a bit, if I remember. And then just keep watching his movement.
Well, I will say that's what's tough about this. I mean, it's good, but this format is tough because I'm looking at, I can only imagine if someone's on their phone.
It is a bit smaller, yeah.
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 Because of the layout.
Yeah, and I can't pull it out. I'm sorry, guys.
No, I mean, this is available to everyone. And maybe that's what we need to start doing. Sorry, I don't mean to cut you off. Is when you pull up this clip, also put the link in the chat so they can full screen it if they need to, or if they want to go back. Is that an angel?
Yeah, now you see what I said. They zoom in and it does not.
Yeah, what the fuck is that? They can see that on it. I have it pulled up on my phone just to check, but what is that?
But just watch.
Okay, I'll hit play.
If this shit flaps its wings, I'm fucking done.
It looks like it changes
what
direction.
The fuck?
I mean,
dude, that
just watch.
Okay. Sorry.
You'll know what I'm saying to watch for. You'll see it. It's gonna happen shortly.
It's like rotating around.
Yeah.
With its wings
out. Turning my head. Sorry. I also play video games, so I'm trying to.
What? That is fucking trippy.
That's more compelling than a lot of shit they've released so far already.
What's something coming? It has to be soon.
Because it does seem like you see thrust out the bottom, right?
Yeah, what?
No,
But
I'm
the
not sure.
shape is nothing where
Nothing that we can fucking comprehend.
it looks like there's gases or other bodies
Around
coming
it.
off of it. Yeah.
Yeah. But
I
it
think
does.
it turns
It's,
again, and then you'll
okay.
see.
All right.
Because
all
it
right.
does look like thrust coming out the bottom. I'm not
Yeah.
crazy saying that, right? Like you see the trail coming off.
It's
it.
also not like whoa, gone.
You can tell. Well, no, that to me that looks like a camera flick.
Up. Is it?
Nah, dude, they backed all the way out. They're trying to
That
find
shit
it.
looked like it was charging up, and it took off.
Yeah,
Maybe.
You can't see it.
Yeah, it took off out of frame. I don't know if this is going to show it again or not, but it.
To me, it
completely
looks
took
like a
off out
camera
of frame.
flick, right?
I
could be
backed it
wrong.
up a little bit. Nah, dude,
See?
it flicked
moved.
off. It moved.
moved.
I thought okay, yeah, I could be wrong.
It kind of like looked like it went up into a ball and then just took off.
Yeah,
That is, but it went directly left. I'm not where you saw that too, right? Where it looked
No,
like
I
it
don't
went
know.
boom. That is more
Oh.
compelling to me because a lot of the other ones we've seen, right? Like, and that's been my big counter argument to it because that's just how I think. That's how I try to view these things. It did look like thrust coming off the bottom, right?
yes.
But then everything else, nothing we launch with thrust that strong, is that shaped and is moving and doing all this. It's so that to me is more compelling than what I've seen so far. In my eyes.
I mean,
when it comes to video,
to me, it's only slightly more compelling. I'm not going to argue that it's not more compelling, but at the same time, it's like, I don't know, man. Just it's still grainy ass footage.
Yeah.
Like this one was interesting to me because of the shape. It wasn't what we've seen before. Like before, we've seen these orbs. It's a circle, or it's two circles, or it's three, or it's four circles, but it's just circles. You know what I'm saying?
It seems to be changing.
And the other thing that gets me, because there's a lot more data in these targeting systems, all this redacted shit. Like I want to know how far, because a lot of them will get laser and come back and say, okay, this is 1,000 meters away, and then it gives you okay, but then it gives you why it's grainy.
There's a couple videos that I've just sent Jay, and then I've got a couple more after that. One of them, it involves redaction. That's why I got the clip there, but I'll show you.
Yeah, this one's very interesting. Let me pull it up real quick. I have to for some reason when I open up in Discord, it opens it up in fucking Explorer, and then I have to put it into Google because that's what I'm using. All right, I got it.
I saw that Ponte is gonna go for a piss in 10 minutes.
Sorry for selling.
Yeah, shocker. All right, when do I need to fast forward onto this?
If we weren't live, my butt.
If I remember right, they're short clips. The one with the propulsion system, you can kind of just skip through that if you want. It's more just.
Okay, so yeah, that clearly has a propulsion system.
You're not showing anything yet, by the way.
Son of a bitch.
God.
Sorry.
This guy. Listen, people. I'm sorry for.
Oh my God. Get it out of the way.
Once I get my new internet, I might have to fucking be the dedicated screen share for Jay.
Yeah. Because I'm not doing a good job.
Even from the UK.
Yeah, subpar host. All right, let's watch this. This is interesting because you see propulsion.
Over water, too?
To me, it did look like when you start seeing it pulsing, it seems to me like it starts picking up speed.
Go back a little. Go back. So, to me, the light here is pointed towards the water. The light rotates and is now pointing towards what is tracking it.
Yeah, no, you're right.
See? You see it off to the left corner.
Yep.
It
rotates.
Yep, 100%. That's what happened.
But then now you say that, is it pulsing from a propulsion system, or is it pulsing from the light that it's emitting?
I think it's from the light that it's emitting. Like it knew it was being looked at, type thing, right? Like whatever systems they have, it's looking at the water. And then, oh, I'm being tracked, and it turns around and looks at it. And who knows what it? Maybe they had jamming. Like this might have been. To me, this is up top. So this is a drone, in my eyes, right? This is the water. This is a drone flying. It obviously has laser targeting, all this stuff when it's viewing it. So it probably sensed it and turned towards it. And who's to know that it didn't? We don't know that it didn't just jam everything, right? That too, Matthias. Thanks for stopping by. Thanks for commenting. That's something I've been somewhat into, is thinking that. And then also there's a train of thought that says some of these are organic in their sense, where they're not spacecraft. They're not like it's an entity in itself.
That's why I showed the video before, because that to me looked more in line with what we would call an interdimensional being than a spacecraft.
Yeah,
I agree with that. It didn't seem mechanical to me.
Nah, not at all. And it changed shape so oddly.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, this one was that's basically it from this one.
I do like.
By the way,
one, though. It does seem to be sentient. It does seem to like look over, like what? That type of reaction, and it's now looking at it and saying, "Hey, fuck off, dude."
We got 16 viewers on YouTube right now. Thank you guys. Thanks everybody for being here. We appreciate it. If you guys like talking about this stuff, give us a sub and hit the bell button. Every Wednesday, Friday, 7:30 p.m. Never miss it. Eastern time.
This guy is the worst. Listen to this guy.
What are you talking about? I'm telling the people. Here we go.
You know.
That's
my thought. Like
you off the stream.
Matthias, like, I don't know if you're big into like cryptids and stuff, but like for me, say Bigfoot, I think that's something that's interdimensional. That's why we like people go out and try to hunt these things and they're not there, and they can kind of, to me, it seems like it goes into the old, what is it, Skinwalker Ranch, the CIA that stepped out. One of them had said, I think it was CIA or FBI, went out there and was observing, like a portal opened up and they could see like light on the other side, and this thing stepped through. And it goes into, I think we're kind of on an agreement now that a lot of missing 411 guy, what's his name? A lot of his shit is he's money grabbing, but a lot of it too, I think there could be a lot of validity to it.
Yeah, I don't think
it's seen these clips.
Huh?
But I said it's like you've seen these clips, because the things that you're mentioning are the next 3 clips that I have. What you said about jamming, there's a clip about that as well.
Chill.
It's like you've seen this shit.
Look at all this shit that's blacked out on this screen. Like, can we really not know all this information? Like,
well, yeah, I know Dublin time. It's way past your bedtime. I know. Our AI is AI, so he doesn't sleep. So.
Yeah, I don't know what sleep
if
is.
that's what you're getting at, I don't know if that's what you're getting at.
What's this one, Quex?
The next one.
Oh,
it reminded me of that star-shaped UFO, but it just vanishes. Like, it literally just fucking disappears.
I'm pulling it up now.
Sorry, we have a bot on Twitch.
You have to be on mod view.
I am on mod view, but I don't know how to do it.
All right, I'll pause it right now. See, this one's going to be hard for the people to see.
The English,
just because of how small it is.
The black and tan is the fucking. That's what they call them, right?
Yeah, this you can pretty much skip through it and then just stop at around 1:10.
Oh yeah, this is going to be tough.
But it looks the same throughout the whole thing, to be honest. It's really just this bit here.
It does look like the star shape we've seen before. For sure it does.
Oh, and then it disappears.
And then it's boom, gone. I'm going to rewind that real quick.
What is this thing off to the right, top right? I'm seeing the other light.
That one vanished. It kind of like
that one
phased out.
Yeah, dude, that was trippy. That's fucking weird.
Imagine so imagine, put your place in these guys tracking it. These guys flying drones or manning the targeting systems. At most, they're what, an E6 probably.
I mean, it all depends what it is, right?
Yeah, I know drones. You need a pilot, but imagine being that guy and saying like, "I'm seeing, hey, sir, can you come here? I'm seeing something. Like, what is this?" And they're just like, "Oh, keep looking at it. It just sir, it just disappeared, sir."
I need to speak to somebody. I'm seeing shit.
Yeah, and then for them to be like, "Hey, you can't say shit. Here's an NDA. Here's all, you can't say shit." Like, what?
Yeah, and then you say something because you're a little freaked out, and some dude fucking gets you in a headlock. And he's like, "You're not gonna say nothing."
Gives you the most vicious noogie ever. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what happens.
I sent you 4 3 more which are ones that Ponte, they're quick ones that Ponte touched on, and then the last one's the main interesting one that I found. There are a bunch of other clips there. If you want, we could do more after, but these are the main ones.
I've got the first one pulled up now, and I actually have it on the screen this time, so that's good. That's a plus for me. Win for the show.
Yeah. So this one,
zoomed in.
You can skip through up to 2 minutes if you want.
Okay.
Because for the first 2 minutes, it's just tracking. Yeah.
Well, also a lot of what you're seeing. Sorry, I don't mean to cut you off, Quex, but a lot of what you're seeing is they're switching between white hot, black hot, hot. Like when it comes to thermals and targeting stuff, they're switching to try to get a better view at it. I'm not trying to.
No Money 001 said the Filipina girls blocked me for asking if they know karate. So I'm here now.
God.
Ask us if we know karate.
Try me.
Yeah. I 100%
I
with
agree,
that.
Matthias.
Yep.
Yes, 100%. Like, and that's
I'm
something
snitching.
we've kind of talked on. Well, I don't 100%. So I have kids, right? That's where it would get hard for me. That's where it would be like, hey, oh, you love your kids, like when someone comes in, and then maybe I take the hostile route.
So you seeing this?
Like well, he didn't pause it, so you know, or
oh, you didn't see it anyways. Don't blame me, motherfucker.
Well, because I'm talking to our esteemed
guest.
But
you tried to blame me.
But that's where it would be tough for me, and that's just me being honest. Like, yes, I would want it wholeheartedly in my core. I would want, but if someone threatened my kids' lives, that's where, to me, and where I understand subversion and I understand this shit to an extent, is like, I can die. That's fine, but my kids, no.
Well, see, that's where the karate comes into it.
Well, no, I'm not. I'm pulling a gun on you like I did to the van. That
won't work on karate. Like that's a known fact.
I have butt karate. I catch bullets with my butt.
Oh my god!
Clench my buns of steel.
You heard it here first. All right, what are we looking at, Quex?
Also, this one, you don't really see much. I just found it weird how they redacted
something,
a craft.
Yeah,
and then they redact this big thing.
Yeah, what the fuck are they redacting?
No clue.
That's crazy to me.
This up until about 3 minutes 40, you don't really see anything, man. And at 3 minutes 45-ish, you just see these 3 orbs. But there's so many redactions like that. Like, what are you hiding?
It could be like an AWACS. It could be other. You know me, just playing. It could be other aerial assets.
Yeah, you're playing the Satan.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm hoping if you have an answer or what it could be, but to me, I don't know.
Same thing, Shelly.
What the fuck?
I agree. Quex would agree with that too, maybe.
And again, we're seeing something that looks.
Hold on. That looks like, to me, that looks like a road. That looks like a field, and that looks like people walking through the field.
Wait, where'd you see people? Oh,
What?
the white
What do you-
dots.
Where the black dots.
Oh.
Oh, you're saying this is a road and this is people.
Oh, yeah. You
And
see,
that's
now
a
it's
field.
zoomed in a bit. And now you say that, I can see that.
That's what that looks like to me.
No, it's aliens.
That's on the ground. There you go. Tire
That
tracks
is on
up
the
there.
ground.
It's aliens, guys.
Ah, so you
Come-
don't even see three orbs. So it's just redaction. But what the hell are the redaction?
It's all about redaction, and that's probably what they're putting
I
out
think
there.
there's another one in like 15 seconds. I think at like 4:24. It might be one more redaction.
Matthias is very right about that, and that could be the giant redaction, is where we shot something at it and it didn't work.
And they don't want us to know. Yeah,
And they
that's
don't
pretty
want us to
smart.
know where,
Thank you
like-
for adding that in.
I like Matthias.
I do.
Oh yeah, that's the
What
one
a
I
guy.
said. Maybe,
Friend of the show.
Maybe
I
they
like
stole it
Shelly
from-
too. Shelly's a friend of the
Look at
show.
that.
Friend of the
Now
show.
what is this?
Oh. That looks like something burning from the ground.
That's red. That's black hot, and that's a big thermal signature. And I agree. That
Colored,
looks
colored, not black.
Burning.
Oh my god! Shut up. We're talking about thermals, not. But to me, that's I agree. That looks on the ground.
Something's hot as fuck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that to me looks on the ground again. And maybe that goes back to Matthias's point, is where was that all one video, by the way?
Yes.
So maybe failed targeting, rocket hit the ground. You know, and maybe that's why the big thing is where the rocket's traveling and it just goes whoop, and it just does something crazy, hits the ground, and then they're showing the thermal signature of where the rocket hit the ground and is burning.
It's the excited tail wiggles.
Excited tail wiggles. Between excited tail wiggles and Mr. P taking a tinkle, I don't know what's going on tonight.
Yeah.
That was the next one. I think
All
I'm
right.
like halfway through, so you could just play it because it's a short clip.
Yeah, it's a short one.
But this, I didn't know if it's just like jamming from tracking whatever they're following, or if it's just like a visual artifact
There's
from
the
them
white dot.
changing zoom or whatever.
It's moving. Yeah.
Oh, the cameras are definitely jacked.
Yep.
Go on.
Damn, whatever that is, that's high as fuck, because that's the clouds it's above.
Yeah.
And it's like you see that shit and it's just gone. Can't see it.
It's going white, and that thing's moving too. That thing's moving.
Yeah.
Bam. They
It's
zoom
not
in,
moving
try to
slow.
find it. They still see it there. Okay.
Mm-hmm. He's like, oh yeah, hold my beer.
He's changing optics, and then bam. Yep. To me, that I would agree. That seems like an issue. And then they
It looked
reset.
like some kind of interference.
Yeah, it almost looked like a targeting reset. Like the thing switched back to no zoom, back to where it was originally, looking out the side of the drone or the front of the drone. I'm assuming the side of the drone. So it
Yeah.
almost looked like a factory reset.
I don't
We
know
got
what
another-
this next one is, but this is a color one.
Someone said, "What in the name of Gregory
with
is
our
going
bell?"
on? Gregory Peck is going on here." I don't know who Gregory Peck is.
Coast to coast with our bell. We're going over what they released. Was it today? The
UFO files.
Yeah, the newest, and it's pretty much all videos. The newest UFO, and I'll be the one who says this because they won't. The newest, I mean, they will, but the newest UFO files.
Yeah, here we are catching strays. We
This
didn't do
just
nothing to
makes
them.
me think of what Ponte said about pools. Just because of the light coming from this shit. Wait, you got sound? I never had sound when I watched the solo. What the hell?
Is that just the fucking moon, though?
It could be. I
Or-
thought that as well when I saw it, but
or
then I
it's a-
thought, would they really record the fucking moon that bright as well?
Yeah, that ain't the moon.
And that's like rays of light.
Okay, hold on. To me, it sounds like they're almost on an airport. It sounds like there's a jet
It's
engine.
100% an airfield. Look, you see the lights of the airfield.
And landing lights on a big airplane coming
That
through
bright?
fog, and they are very bright.
All right, here. Now that you say that, Ponte, could you not see some soldiers filming this shit? Know there's a plane saying, say, hey, let's tell everybody it's a fucking UFO.
Yes, and hold on, that'll refer me back to something I experienced being in the service. I was in Korea, and we were doing live fire exercises. Where I was, we were probably at most less than 200 miles from North Korea. So we're out there doing live fire, and at the time, I don't know if anyone's seen anything ever looked up and something come into the atmosphere and break apart, like in a spectacular manner. And so we see this, and of course I didn't really know much, and we're like, oh my God, I obviously didn't have phones. But it was just, after we get out, sorry, I don't always talk so well. Deal with me, guys. After we get out, we look into it and we realize some satellite had come back in and burned up. Like it was a thing that they knew was going to happen type. But being in the moment and nowadays having a cell phone, oh, look at this, it's an alien. Like, yes. And that's where I'm agreeing with you, Jordan. Sorry. I'm special sometimes. Where to me, that clearly looks like low cloud coverage or fog, and an airplane coming in with his big landing light on.
I can see that for sure. And my other thing is I can also see a group of soldiers being like, hey, they're bored as fuck. It's late at night. They want to be home. And they're like, hey, let's record this video and tell everybody it's UFO.
Did you guys see what Mathea said? And I do like that too. He said, I have a lot of theories. One being it's us from the future maintaining the timeline.
There's a lot of people who think that it's us from the future for some reason, whether they're trying to stop us from doing whatever ends this whole shit, which I think is a strong possibility.
Exactly. I think it could be two ways, whether we have a certain path we have to play out and they're trying to protect it because maybe we're getting too aware too early, or they're trying to guide us away from the mistakes they made, right? So it is us from the future, and they're saying, listen, we got to stop them from a nuclear war in Iran. Just, it matches up to the times.
Or is it people saying that to give interdimensional beings a more logical name that makes sense to them?
I mean, that too. And that's where it comes in.
They're demons.
Okay, it could be a way for them to explain rationalize to themselves. They've got some kind of technology. It must be us from X amount of years in the future.
Of course. No, of course, but that's where it comes into, and where I think it is important, and I think that's what he's doing, is making his own belief. Like, I think it's so important for people to view these things and take them in and not believe what they're told, but form something to themselves to say, okay, my perception of the world, what I've gone through in my lifetime, I think it's this. And I think that's important, and so many people are straying away from that. Sorry for the sidebar, guys, but that's super important to me as a person, is coming up with your own opinion.
I think so too, because this is a great example. The government's had, let's just assume since 1947. What's that? 80 years? They've had 80 years of this information and told us nothing. And there's a lot of people who have tried to tell us stuff, and people have wrote them off as crazy. So I think you have every right to look through information and come to your own conclusion, because at the end of the day, they're not going to tell us. This is the shit they're giving us. And it's pretty misleading. Or I shouldn't say misleading. It's purposely inconclusive, I think is what I would say.
Yeah, it's inconsequential. It all seems like stuff that I think a lot of us in this time frame, a lot of us our age, older, Gen X's, and a lot of, we kind of have this belief and understanding that, like, yeah, there's things out there. And what they seem to have been showing us is like, okay, we already know this. Show us.
Yeah,
Go
that's a
ahead.
good point.
Matea said something great, and it's something I've thought of for a long time. He said, when I think of aliens, I think of something that would be insanely foreign to our understanding of life. That's why I think it is us, because they're too normal looking. And I agree with that. Why is it aliens are always humanoid? Why are they always bipedal creatures? Like that, that seems odd.
Yeah.
I think if they're
Remember,
not
we weren't
us,
the first creation.
Yeah.
We were based on something here that was here before us. Or we come from something that was here before us. So it would make sense that we say they look like us, but really we look like those motherfuckers, because I'm pretty sure they were here before us.
Well, and then if you go off of what we know on Earth, and we know everything, what's to think Men in Black, shout out to the movie, that it's not some cockroach motherfucker that just survives everything, and they've just advanced to this crazy, why is it? Yeah. No, but
I hope cockroach people aren't real.
Yeah, fuck that. You in fact, you take that back, Ponty.
Yeah.
Don't even put that out into the universe, man.
Especially especially the flying ones.
It.
You remember Hawaii,
Stop.
Jay.
I am 100% pro. I want all roach people segregated. I don't want them around me. I don't want them in my communities. Yes.
Deport them.
I mean, that's the same thing. Highlight Shelley's, and I agree with that too.
You're gonna read it?
Okay. Bear with me when I try to read. But then also, if life forms in roughly the same way from the base DNA, who's to say the same thing hasn't happened on other planets, but years and years ahead of us?
Yeah, exactly.
And that's where I agree with you, Shelley, is when you go into the theory. I get it's still a theory, but the growth of the universe. And I forget who mentioned it, but what scientist or whatever. But in theory, there's planets out there that are, at minimum 10,000 years advanced to us, that could have had life, that could have evolved. When you go to the growth theory of the universe, that could be out there that are just so advanced to us just because they were formed earlier. Same to say there's people behind us, right? But no, that's a good point.
All right, let's watch this video real quick.
Well, yeah, watch it, and then I'll tell you the second thing that's interesting about it, because it's not just the video content.
This is the one you raised the gamma on, was able to see this writing, correct?
See, it's black for you right now, right?
Yep, it's black. We can't see the
I
writing.
agree, David. It would be a huge waste to end up really finding out there's nothing out there.
I'll send you the images as well, but you can
and maybe that's the psyop, is like, fuck, it's really just us here.
That's just as
Make you
scary
think
to
you
me.
ain't special.
That's just as scary to me.
Think you ain't special, you'll be easier to control. Look at this.
What the fuck? Hold on. That's a sperm cell.
His tail is a little limp.
What hit it?
That's this is the only one I looked at. It looked like a fucking laser beam going zoom zoom.
This year is from 2023, in February. Now,
what the
Jay
fuck?
Mentioned,
Go ahead. No, I was gonna say whatever hit that was huge. I mean, it was a massive black ball.
He has the answer to it, to what they say.
So, Jay mentioned earlier about there being a time in 2023 where the US shut down what they called was a blimp or a weather balloon.
Yep.
Now, within the span of within a span of a week, there was 4 incidents like this, and this specific one, they shot one missile at it. I can't remember if it missed or it just didn't do anything, and they shot the second one, and then that was the video from the second one that hit. But then,
see, this is
there's two. Highlight two of both of those. and because they're both
That's
right.
interesting, because if anybody remembers, they said all that shit was blimps. They said it was Chinese blimps that were going across our country. Even though they were flicking in and off of radar, they said that they were Chinese blimps. They were flicking in and off of radar, and they were trying to gather intelligence from our military facilities, which is the dumbest thing I've ever heard of.
I mean, yes and no. I mean, we've kind of gotten with drone technology and stuff where blimps, balloons are very, very effective. When you think of, we have radar that can pick up a bird. When you think of a 1 meter squared balloon, it could very well be overlooked. I wanted to talk about two things that they said too. Was Shelley said to think that we're the anomaly in the whole universe beyond the planet that we know is not, and that's kind of my view.
100%.
That's what it all goes back to, and then Mark, the same thing, which I also kind of agree with, while still maintaining my agreement with Shelley, is that yes, it does always seem to be a distraction.
Yes. Yep. I completely agree.
It always lines up, and this kind of goes into what we've talked about, Project Blue Beam.
Yep.
Like, where this could all be fucking bullshit, projections, all this crap to usher in, not even this is going beyond the distraction tactic of it, which I firmly agree with too, but going beyond it, where they could, and Quex had mentioned it in passing just a minute ago, is where to make us feel less, to make us, who's to say they don't use this, and then a giant Jesus floats out of the sky and says, hey, like,
which is crazy because there's government programs that were planning to do that. I don't remember what. Do you know which one I'm talking about, Quex? Was it Vietnam that they were planning to project a giant Jesus?
I don't remember where, but there's been a couple of mentions of it.
George Orwell, yes, 100%, Matthias. But it's my time to tinkle again.
Here we go. This is your third piss break. Your third piss break.
And we'll finish explaining this.
Chat, is it reasonable to take 3 pisses in 130 or an hour and a half? Is that reasonable? But this is so
half an hour.
Shout out. Yeah, it's every half hour on the dot. But shout out to Quex. That image you couldn't see it. It looked like a black screen for us. But Quex, he raised the gamma up on his computer and was able to pull this up. So this is the letters that were behind it. And I can't make anything out of it. It looks like there's...
Yeah. There's certain words you can see that are clear.
Yeah.
And it took me a while. Like, don't get me wrong. It took me working with the AI and just trying a bunch of different combinations and trying to look into what certain things could mean. But the top line, I basically figured out that's secret rel to USA ACGU. And that rel to USA ACGU is the dissemination marking used in US intelligence and military documents to authorize the release of classified information to the United States, Australia, Canada, and UK. The group's commonly referred to as 4S. And underneath it, the only thing that made sense is that it says Operation Noble Eagle.
Yep.
And let me get that up quick.
Yeah, because we found out some pretty interesting stuff about Operation Noble Eagle.
Yeah, that was made on 9/11.
9/11.
Began on 9/11 on the day.
Yep.
And funny thing is, the badge, the service badge is flipping. I think it's the White House with like a plane over it. But that's for United States and Canadian military operation related to Homeland Security to support federal, state, and local agencies, right?
Mm-hmm.
So that would make sense to me because they're to do with the global war on terrorism, why they would be involved with this craft being shot down and why they're being addressed in whatever note that was. Then it says created by, I'm pretty confident the next bit is Master Sergeant or MSGT.
Yep.
Master Sergeant, yep.
The only name I could find, and obviously I know I might not be able to find some, but the only name I could find was Samantha Burkmeyer, which to me it looks like there's a Samantha there, but I can't necessarily read the rest of it. But she
what was the
actually
last name?
Burkmeyer.
He looked it up, trust me.
Yeah, she joined the Air Force in 2011. But obviously it may not be her. But then it says reviewed by, and if you notice, that looks like a name with there's no rank. So maybe there's a civilian that's looking at it.
That's 100%.
And witnessing what the report that this Samantha has made. And then it looks like it says download instructions. Law or low. I don't know what the next word is. And then to me, it looks like directive or directory. And it just repeats that secret rail to USA ACGU again.
I mean,
but that might be to do with who they had to go to declassify that footage.
It could have been.
It.
I just found it convenient that it was started on September 11th, 2000. Like, how was anything started on that day? You know what I'm saying? Like, everybody should have been doing fucking something that day.
It's part of the home front on the global war on terrorism.
Part of me thinks like
relevant.
It's a troll too. Like I could so see it being like, let's put this stuff in and like, you know, and I just
I'll send you the link, Jay. If you want, you can look at the wiki here. Just look at the. It even pops up in the preview on Discord. Just look at the service badge.
So
considering what 9/11 is.
Oh, what the
Considering what happened on that.
Yeah, let me pull this shit up on Wikipedia.
So a backstory to this, Jay kind of touched on it, was that through games, if I'm not mistaken, right, Quex, he has his gamma set high. And he watched this like anyone else, and this stuff came through, and the picture Jay put up was actually Quex taking his phone and taking pictures of his computer screen.
Otherwise, it just shows completely black.
Yeah.
But look at the service badge. Considering what happened on 9/11, why is there like a government building with a plane above it?
That's crazy, dude. I don't believe in coincidences. I don't.
It's that Ponte said. It's a troll. They're just having a fucking laugh with us.
Yes, 100%. This is all a big joke to them.
Like, wouldn't that be some shit we would do? Like, if the three of us were in
not
charge,
fucked up, but we'd put it in your face like that.
Yeah, but we're in charge of doing this, and then you know, oh, let's put this in here so someone who has the gamma up can see this, and it sends them down this rabbit hole, and we get to sit there and laugh when there's three dudes talking about it on a podcast. So, hey, man,
I think that was a mistake, though, Ponte.
I could see that too.
A bunch of other videos and a bunch of other PDF files and images, and they're all black boxes. Even with my gamma, I put up like 2-3 times higher than what it is when I saw that video. It's only that video. So they either done it intentionally, or it was a fuck up.
Yep.
Yeah. That's the only two. It's 50-50. That's what I'm saying, and it could be.
If you look at the Epstein files, they've been known to fuck up redacting shit. There's plenty of people who figured out ways to get rid of the redactions, and then they'd have to go
100% with this.
100%.
Subliminal messaging. Yes,
they made it illegal in the movies, and that's what a lot of people don't realize. There used to be subliminal messaging in movies that would make you want to get popcorn and soda. Like in the ads and stuff, they would flicker stuff. If you look into the history of it, and it became illegal because they were doing it in theaters.
I think they still do to an extent. But rather than it being a flicker, they will have somebody while having a convo in the movie. They're taking a certain pose of a specific kind of beer in their hand, and now it's a little 10-second ad.
Exactly. And well, I mean, yes, that is 100% a thing too. There's ads in movies. Like, you'll see only BMWs in a movie. You'll see only Audis in a movie. You see
Same
that,
effect,
but
just done differently.
Exactly. And not just
Yeah,
movies.
no.
It's everywhere. Yeah.
Yep, I completely agree with what Shelly just said.
And K, like I can see it. I thought they banned
Yes.
it, K. I thought like it was a federal legislation that made it illegal to do that, but I could be wrong. Don't quote me.
I wanted to show this clip because it's right in line with what we're taking. This is Eric Weinstein.
100%, Stephen. He's
one of these people who's been talking a lot about UFOs for a long time. He's on the JRE podcast, and it's interesting because he changes his position here. It's about a 5-minute clip, but I do think we should try to watch the full thing.
Go
Just
for it.
Yell for me to pause it if you guys think we need to. Let's check out the comments before we do it. Just make sure we're not missing anything.
Instead of me typing, Steve, and he took out a big insurance policy on it too.
He done it again after the.
He did it in
kickoff with
LA.
Iran.
Recently he did it in LA.
Yep, and he got that insurance. He actually, I think he went to court and was able to get that insurance policy twice because 2 planes hit. Yeah.
And
What a guy.
meanwhile, there's people, and this is what gets me. And this is, sorry, sidebar, but we talked about it, Wednesday and everything. This is what gets me, that there's these people investing money into our politicians, into all this fucking bullshit, and all around the world. They could be investing this in people, in making things better. In there's so much that could be done, and all of this happen. It's fucking crazy to me, man.
It's because they don't care about us. We're not in the group.
Game for them.
Yes, 100%. We are pawns in the game. Like all of us, regular people, military, low-level politicians, even big-level politicians, the ones you see that we despise, they're pawns in the game of the people who are giving them money. That's all it is.
We're just a statistic. And after being in the military, you realize it too. You're just a number.
Yes.
You're just a thing. Like when it comes to making a breach, a commander knows potentially 50% casualties. Like you're just a number.
Yep. And dude, that's one thing that always fucked with me, man, when I was in. It was like, all right, we're the breach element. We expect 90% casualties.
Yeah.
It's like, dude, and that's, oh God, man, I couldn't. To be responsible for that would be incredibly fucking tough. Like, thank God, never had to do that.
Tell your dudes, hey man, we got to do it. But that's
we're
part
the
of
guys.
War. I get that's part of war. Like it's and it's sad, but that's just why.
That's why we should be avoiding unjust wars. We shouldn't be going to war for just any reason. We shouldn't be going to war because Benjamin Netanyahu told us Iraq had WMDs. Or told us Iran is building a nuke for the fucking 100th time in 40 years. Like, we should only be going to war if it really matters.
Exactly, Shelly. That's that's at the base. That's what we get to, is that think of what, sorry, we're sidebarring, but I think it's worth it. Think of
it is
what we could do as a human race. Take out any of this bullshit. Yeah, I said that. Any of this bullshit, and you take out all this money that's spent on. Let's narrow it down to just politics. None of this other bullshit. Bioengineering, crazy shit, and making fake meat. Let's just take the money that is put into global politics, not just America. America's probably one of the worst, and just re-inject that into even studies saying, like you said, talented people into homelessness. I understand that's a little more difficult because there's people that live, and I do believe in people being able to change, but even projects, college students that come up with these ideas, like you saw, I think a kid, what was it, 10, 15 years ago, did they win the Nobel Prize or something to clean plastic out of the ocean, and it just disappeared. Yep. And you see all this stuff where we could put money into to do good, but instead, what was the APAC, the solo chick? How much money did she give?
Oh, it was like $3 million to that Navy SEAL to run against Massie.
One woman gave $3 million to some random guy that she doesn't know, That's not in her district. That's like
completely
crazy.
disconnected. She has nothing to do with that
Crazy.
district in Kentucky. Mike
Crazy.
Davenport, before we move on to this video, Mike Davenport asked, do you think Trump will scoop up Castro the same way he did Maduro? I don't think so. We have a bad history with trying to affect Cuba. We kind of fucked that up several times, especially the Bay of Pigs. So, but who knows? Maybe if they use that discombobulator gun again, it'll work.
Yeah, melt someone's nose. No, and I agree with Jordan a little bit here too, is that it's too forefront now. Where and what they are doing, and this goes into Cuba, sorry, sidebar again, blame it on Mark, is Cuba, a lot of their people have become so reliant on government. Like they don't work, they don't know work. Like there is an a social shift there, which I see happening in the United States, honestly. Like with AI, the loss of jobs, it's going to be, you have these government housing, you do this, and you have this amount, this is all you get. A lot of them are on that point, and then we put on in these embargoes. They don't have fuel right now. I don't think we have to go in and get them. I think we can starve them horribly. In you know, Russia and China is trying to, obviously, because it's a geopolitical focal point, are trying to help, but we can starve them to where we don't have to go in and get the guy. It's going to get to the point where it's like, hey man, do you just want it to become so blatant that you letting your people die? You're doing all like
right. And we've let them's not the right word, but they've been in such a shitty situation. Like we've covered in the past, Cuba's got cars running on boat engines because they're in such a bad spot. Like they are kind of desperate at this point. So we might not need to invade them. Should we be sticking our nose in it? I don't know. Because at the end of the day, are we truly there to help Cuba, or are we there for some resources that they have? Like that's my biggest thing. Shelley said something about her government spending,
and I don't doubt that.
336,000 pounds.
Okay,
we see the same thing here.
Pounds.
Yeah.
Or 33,000 pounds, but it's the same thing here, and the same thing. First Avenger, thanks for stopping by. Yeah, and this is why we are on the same page as us three, or well, I mean, Quex is loosely involved because of us, but some of us supported Trump, right? Because we thought he was going against the grain. We thought he was going to be different.
Yes.
And he's just ending up to like, and it goes into something we say here a lot, play ball.
Yep.
First presidency didn't necessarily play ball. The second one, he's playing ball.
Got him by the balls.
And you can got him by the fucking balls, and you can see it. And it's,
what if those allegations are true, and the files with his name that went missing?
Euros.
Thousands of files.
You know.
Oh, what they have over him, like, yo, you're gonna listen to us and go along, or all of this is coming up.
Dude, I think there's a solid chance that that's correct. I really do. The flip he's done,
it's crazy.
It can only be justified by a few things, man. And it's either a direct threat to his life and his family life, or it's like you said, it's blackmail. And they have a history of doing that.
Shelley, you got to remember, we're American. We're very
stupid.
Yeah, pretty much. Let's be honest.
Sorry for fucking that up. The first Avenger, he brought up the debt. And I think that's another point. When we're talking about all this spending, when we're talking about going to war with Iran, we're talking about the Secretary of Defense asking for $1.5 trillion.
We love Petey here, guys.
Pete Hegseth, not a friend of the show. Pete Hegseth asking for $1.5 trillion next year. We are almost $40 trillion in debt. There's no coming back from this. Eventually, it's going to catch up. Or what's going to happen is they're going to move us to a digital currency. Guys, we got the fix. It's a digital currency. And then guess what? We're in the same fucking boat China is.
Okay, well, so my thing is, my argument to that. I'm sorry, we got off UFO and we're on this, but I think it's pretty good because we're rolling here. We're rolling with the chat. It's good.
Yeah.
Some of it I think is, and Trump has, and a lot of people keep, and you guys too, grazing over this. He put out the excuse me,
100% Mateus.
Beers hit me in the stomach. Yes, I 100% agree with you. But also, he put out the National Strategic Defense document months and months and months ago, and it planned this all out. Was our withdrawal from the Middle East to do that Iran kind of that's interpretation, but mainly is targeting China. Why do we target China? Why do we do this? To clear our debt, to clear a massive amount of that $39 trillion is to target China. And target China through taking away Venezuela. We did it. Taking away Iran, blockading Cuba. We take a lot away from China, and and I'm not really defending Trump here. I'm not saying that, but he kind of said that in due respect. Yes, if it worked, it was a good plan. But I think some of what was injecting this idea into Trump's mind was coming from elsewhere, right?
Of course it was.
So it was egging him on. You can do this. You can. Hey, man, you can do this. You got it, man. You got it. Yeah, we can do this. No, man, we've gone into it. Iran. People like to think, oh, Iran. We destroyed Iran. Listen, man. As much as we know this. We can hurt them a lot with strategic strikes. With our military capability, but when it comes to changing the country, not going to happen. We've learned this through Vietnam, through all these. All you do when you do this is build insurgency because you're killing someone's father, and a kid grows up knowing you killed their father. So now what are they going to do? They're going to hate you just because you took their dad. And I would not fault my kids for that.
No.
If I got killed from Iran in a missile strike, yeah, my kids are gonna fucking hate Iran. Like I like to think I have a good relationship with my kids. We're close, but and it's just this same thing over and over, and they're just slightly changing the optic, and they're slightly making, and it's just. Sorry, I get on rants, guys. I'm passionate about it. I'm sorry.
It was a good rant, and you brought up a lot of good points because you see it. You see, dude, my debate I did the other day. What did those knuckleheads say? They're not bad dudes, but what did they say? They said Iran's close to giving up. The people are going to start fighting. No, they're not. Do you know what you did when you bombed a school, girls, a school full of little girls? Do you know what you did when you took out all these bridges, all this infrastructure, bombed all these people? You created more people who despise us. Like just what you said, man.
Exactly, and that's what it builds. Sorry, I was trying to click. Okay,
no, you're good.
That's what I wanted to get it on, and I agree with Mark too that he said something earlier. And you're all like, listen, our chat. This is an amazing conversation right now. We like to try to involve you guys. Like this is going
100%.
Let's. I don't want to ignore the previous, but yes, a non-American. Initially, Shelley, that's kind of what had me bought on him, was that the path we were going was like, yeah, we need a businessman. We need to figure out our debt. We need a businessman here to run almost, and it sounds kind of sad, I get it, but to almost run the country like a business, get us out of debt, get us in a better position. And that's kind of why I supported him a lot. And now, not the point. You guys are giving all these good fucking great points. I love
you guys are killing tonight. Mateus said, I have a quote memorized: ignorance leads to fear, fear leads to hate, hate leads to violence. This is the equation. And we are at the fear leads to hate, because everybody is so fearful for their future of their ideologies and their children. Like that's something we've talked about a lot.
And I also wanted to go back to Mark, and he's this is the one. Sorry, I got distracted. Yes, Matthias, that's very good, and that goes into ADHD, guys. That goes into my thing, and my biggest thing is they are dividing us on every possible level. You know, we can go simple, bipartisan, Democrat, Republican, you know, whatever. Then and they're breaking us down, and you can see it in media and everything. Gay, straight, you know, vegan,
Catholic, Muslim,
everything. It's just spreading further and further to bring us apart. And that's my biggest part of all this is that we can have different views, but we can still be cool. But I want to so Mark said, yes, he doesn't mind spending it on military. And I think that is important. I always will, being someone who is in the military. I think of having a big stick is kind of important, especially in the world today. It is important, right? Especially when you have become what the U.S. has become. And I don't always agree with us being the police. Like, let's be honest. I really don't, guys. Like, there's so many problems in our country. Nothing against anyone else. Shelly, sorry. Nothing, or Quex, you know, nothing against any other country. But we have so many problems here. And to waste it on spending trillions, asking, I mean, well, we've got to be over $1 trillion now in ammunition and everything else that we've spent in Iran. Crazy. Why? Like, I kind of get it, but it's kind of like, man, just pull out. Just like, we can't control the world. And it's always been a thing in history. When someone tries to control the world, they fucking fail.
Yeah, they still try though.
You can't do it.
You said it's something we always say. That they just divide everyone so that it's easier to control.
Exactly. Shelly just said it too. Yep. I mean, it's to divide the sheep.
Yeah. And at the end of the day, this is always my point with Iran. Do they really look? I get it. Terrorists, radical terrorists. We don't want that in any shape or form. But at the end of the day, how much of a threat does Iran pose to us? You know what I mean?
Us organically, none.
It's very little.
Exactly. Everything is money, and that's the problem. Everything is viewed through money. Like, when it comes to, again, sorry, you know, sorry, Shelly, sorry, Quacks. Like, when it comes to security, in the United States is this, we're just lucky where we are, who our allies are. It's not very effective to try to come here and take us on. And when it comes to natural resources,
we're pretty well off.
We're in this like green zone, just again by luck. And exactly, it doesn't pose that much of a threat. Yes, if you think of us having to police the world, having to be the economic superpower, having to change everyone to democracy, which isn't working in the United States, then yes, you have to project all this power. And that's what I was going to get to next is, and he's failed. The amount of LLCs or whatever you want to, like, sub companies that he's done and things he's gone bankrupt on. But that's also somewhat part of big business. Is they have the money, they have the backing.
He was a real outsider. Yeah. That's what his appeal was to me.
Yes.
This is somebody from the outside, because for so long, politicians coming up through the ranks had failed us, and they had failed us miserably. And here was this guy coming from the outside, said he was going to make America great again. And in the first term, he tried. He was stuck in his boots a lot of the time. And then this second time, I'm going to be honest, when that assassination attempt happened, dude, nothing.
We've touched on it. Yeah.
Nothing got me more. And I'm a little bit ashamed to admit it, but nothing got me more, because I was like, they hate this guy as much as I do. But now he's in, and he's just doing exactly the same shit that we saw the neocons when. He's doing the same shit George Bush did. Like, It's the same thing, man.
In Shelley, 100%. And that's the thing is that, and that's the thing, honestly, nothing against any other country, is where we've pushed out.
Yes.
Where as again, this is what we are about here, right? Like, and you can fire back. We're all for it. Is where we shouldn't have done that. We shouldn't have pushed out. We like honestly, I'm not saying that, nothing against Ireland. I love Ireland. I have Irish blood in me. But we shouldn't have done that. Honestly, like, we have the people here, we have the numbers. It was just money. It goes back to money. And it goes back to tax breaks. It goes back to all this bullshit, why all these companies leave, not just cheap labor, tax breaks, everything. They leave. And we have people here that are willing and wanting to work and can't, because everyone's outsourcing. Everyone's gone.
And it brings it straight back to the big lobbies. Who did Trump make an exemption for with this immigration policies? He made an exemption for the workers, the migrant workers on the farms. That's what they've been called for a long time, is the migrant workers on the farms. Do you know why? It's because the farmers don't want to pay living wages. If you can't get migrant workers for cheap, guess what? You now have to pay a living wage and hire Americans to do that job.
And that's my thing. And so we've touched on it briefly, but like,
I did not know that.
Rehab programs, I didn't either, Shelley, but I wouldn't doubt it. I really wouldn't doubt it. But like, rehab programs for homeless, for drugs, and I've gone into this, Jay, and Quex, you can attest to it. Yes, we can pay them less, and we can figure something, and we already subsidize our farmers so much to not plant on land. Like, think of that coming from the UK and Ireland, the government paying a farmer not to harvest land. Leave it blank. Don't do anything with it. Or even paying a farmer to destroy crops.
To destroy it. Yep.
That's crazy.
That's just a sidebar to it. But at the same time, there's so many people that it would have to be regulated, sure. But the less pay, it could be done. In my eyes, if you think about it, for rehab programs, whether it's prisons already do it. Drugs, homelessness. Okay, you are drug tested. You have a place to live. Yeah, you're making $7 an hour, but there's no expenditure, and you're learning to live you're learning a routine. You're learning to wake up, you're getting structure in your life. And sometimes that's all people need, because they've never had it.
Yep.
That's all
100%.
they need is to, whoa, wait a minute. I can go out and buy myself a phone. I can get a cell phone. I've been working for a few months, and, I have a bed. Well, yes, but now moving forward, if you want to move forward, you got to keep this. You can get paid more elsewhere, but there's structure to life, and I don't. Yeah, but
no, that's a good point. Do you guys want to play this video?
Yes, and Matthias, I agree with you too. I know you don't agree with it, but it yes, I see that point of view.
So this is Eric Weinstein. Again, he's been one of these big type of UFO people. He's a very interesting guy if you guys watch him talk. He's on the Joe Rogan podcast. I like the Joe Rogan podcast. I always have he seems to get the right people on. He just recently, I don't know if you guys watched it, I sent it to you, but he had David Paulides on. By the way, chat, if you've never looked into Missing 411 and you want to get terrified, look into Missing 411. It's the most terrifying shit ever. But he's talking to Eric Weinstein, and Eric Weinstein's talking about UFOs, and he's kind of changing his position about what he thinks these are. And he's kind of, from how he's talking, it seems like he thinks they're more us. So I'm going to go ahead and let it play while Mr. P's on piss break number 27.
Well, and by the way, the UFO thing that's now blowing up,
there's going to be some crazy science collision with the UFO narrative. There's no way of stopping it at this point.
So you've turned a corner on this. Let's talk about that, because I saw you on Jesse Michael's show, and you were talking about how just a few years ago you thought that the entire narrative was complete nonsense.
Probably 5-6 years ago by now.
And what changed?
There was no way to explain. So Jesse was going on and on about it. I said, Jesse, you're a smart guy, and you know, I often would call him the back alley scholar. So he knew a lot of stuff that was sort of forbidden knowledge, and he wouldn't be quiet about it. So I said, okay, I'm going to disabuse you of the idea that you're actually into something. And I realized very quickly, at a minimum, there is a massive denied program, like usually called a special access program, one or more. There's no way to synchronize that number of people who've had experiences that are so similar. And there's a lot of stuff that I couldn't make sense of. And what attracted me in a certain sense was I couldn't come up with any explanation. It's so rare. I usually have exactly the opposite problem, which is I come up with too many explanations. I can't come up with a single explanation that makes sense of what I now know. And also the fact that the government outreach to me and to Sam Harris and to Lex Friedman. And, you know, there was this thing where these guys who checked out said there's going to be a massive disclosure and we need people to decide.
I think that's pretty interesting. Sorry for pausing it. We'll let it play again, but I don't know who Sam Harris is, but isn't Lex Friedman just a podcaster? Pretty sure he's just a podcaster. I'm going to let it play.
Emanate these things to the public, and you have a share of the public who listens to you. And we need to get you informed so that you can help mediate the disclosure.
So what prompted this change in narrative?
What's going on behind with the government?
Yeah.
We don't know. We don't know. Look, we don't know what the thing or things are yet. Some of it is, so low quality that it's embarrassing to be seen with it. So my colleagues who don't want to take this seriously,
okay, thank you, Mateus.
use that like, okay, so you're now on the little green men train. And I said, no, I'm on the special access program train. There's for sure special access program or programs that have UFO on the side of them that may or may not have aliens or craft or non-human intelligence in them. It may be that it's decoys. It may be, I don't know what it is. There's no way to deny that there's like a giant lump under the carpet.
And what prompted you to change your opinion and decide that there is some sort of a special access program?
When I started coming in contact with totally sober people from reasonable walks of life who would say the craziest things to me, and a lot of them checked and they didn't yet know each other.
Like what kind of crazy things?
Let me take somebody who's public. Brandon Fugel, for example, was at a dinner where he started talking about being visited by a craft a few feet over his head that came over the mesa, and his head of security was catatonic, standing in the back of a pickup truck, unable to move. And it was just way too specific. And a shared experience that multiple people had had, right? And so, you know, the joke, of course, is that the secrets of Skinwalker Ranch, or you know, whatever this.
Right.
There's real stuff going on there, and there's nonsense BS that the History Channel has packaged to come up with a salacious series, and one is funding the other. So I don't know what that is, but like some of these injuries are real. And, you know,
injuries.
Like Gary Nolan talking about people reporting, you know, Gary Nolan told me the story that somebody had said that a ball of energy would come and enter the body and move around and then leave. And he said, you know, the craziest thing is that when I inspected the tissue, there was a path of necrosis that can't be explained. Like something that shows up on imaging. And it's Gary's a really smart, serious guy. I can check a lot of the things that he says scientifically. Why would he say something like that? I mean, I didn't see it myself, but
yeah, that's the end of the video. But it's, I don't know, man. It's this topic is so deep. You know, he talked about Skinwalker Ranch, and I don't know. Has anybody in the chat watched the Skinwalker Ranch series?
What series?
You're muted, Ponte.
I saw that. I've read books and watched some of it, and it's I mean, you know, the History Channel bullshit. And, excuse me, sorry guys, I just had some sushi and smashing some more. But
oh my god.
Yeah, I mean, I do think there's something there is some relevance to it. I do think you know, ley lines and all this stuff do kind of play into all of this. Like it kind of makes sense to me. Like I don't know, I don't know if I believe the whole Skinwalker. Like I think after the initial push, of
Yes.
course there was money grabbing. There's people, oh yeah, I walked out there and you know, someone touched my booty. Like
I believe the coast to coast AM Skinwalker Ranch. The History Channel stuff, I do watch it. I think it's good entertainment. There is some interesting stuff on there every once in a while, but it's on, they have to have so many episodes, right? So you have to fill it with shit. And it's just, it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? But I thought that was a very interesting interview. You know, he's talking about the most interesting. Yeah, that was the most interesting part to me. About they were talking about it like these orbs entering the body.
Oh, see, Matthias, it's Matthias. I like you.
Yep, and he hit it right on the head.
Yep. And
dramatized television. Mm-hmm.
Exactly, and it brings in money, and that's my problem with a lot of these guys. Like, and that's kind of, although I think he did it a little, is kind of why I've liked Bob Lazar, right?
Yes,
like he never seemed to really do a big money grab. Like he's always kind of been there, but he I mean, he's definitely making money off it. I mean, the dude has his own element, so we know he's an incredibly smart guy. Like but he never seemed to be like fucking Greer. You know what I mean?
No,
like, oh,
no.
pay $50 and you get to come see my metal orb. Like,
yeah, get out of here.
So, you know, I do think there, like you said, I do think there is something going in at Skinwalker. Jesus, I'm burping and trying to talk, but
get your shit together.
I'm trying, man. But that kind of goes into where I do think, and we've talked about it wasn't last week, it was a few weeks ago, but of where I do believe in like ley lines, and there are these energy points on Earth, and there are these places that are phenomenal. You know, for literally phenomenal. Like you can't understand it. Fuck you, Steve. All right.
No,
Listen.
I think you're right. And I think the most interesting thing about Skinwalker Ranch is it kind of goes into the ley line theory. Is like everything's happening there. If you read the original stories from Skinwalker Ranch, it's everything. Like it's not just UFOs. Like it was poltergeist
Bigfoot
type activity, Bigfoot, like all that stuff was happening there. It's just like this hot spot. And that kind of leads you down the road of like all this shit is connected somehow, or possibly could be. I don't know. I'm just a fucking nerd who lives in Ohio, but.
And I think we kind of went into that because Quex kind of mentioned it. Someone had a theory about like hauntings, and was that? No, it was 2 weeks. It was not last episode. I think it was the one before that. But where like some of these hauntings are transdimensional, we'll say for lack of better terms, I think they are transdimensional, leading
that was
you
in the
away,
UFO files.
Yeah, leading you away from an area so they can transmit, or they can move between dimensions, or they can do anything. So these knockings, these things that certain, I won't say all hauntings, certain hauntings have, is because they're pulling you away so they can do what they need to do, and then it ends. Because you see a lot of it. Like I'm huge into it, guys. I love ghosts. I love that thing. And a lot of times you see like hauntings and stuff, you'll have this increase in activity. And I'm not talking about YouTube. Like, I think a lot of that has become bullshit, but you see this increase and then it flatlines.
Yeah, and dude, when I hear stuff like that, it really makes me think, like, is there something to the idea that aliens are demons? You know, when you hear stuff like that, because when I think poltergeist stuff, I think ghosts. When I think ghosts, I think demons. And there's been times, Quex, I'm sure you've heard this stuff. Ponte, you've probably heard it too. Is like, there's been times where people have experienced like alien encounters and have like rebuked them in the name of Jesus, and they've disappeared.
Well, and that's something I'm not everyone has been here the whole time. We have two pretty knowledgeable guys. Me, I'm a little bit opposing to them, but they know religious texts. They're smart, way smarter than me when it comes to it. So there is that aspect we dive into sometimes. But yes, 100%. If when you look into the text, and this is from you and Quex teaching me this, when you look into like biblical text and stuff, it kind of does involve all of this into it. Hauntings, aliens, it's all there. But I will say, and you know this, I'll stand my, like, kind of. It's kind of an interpretation thing.
That's kind of my thing too, is like, I do think there's a solid chance that's what it is, especially when you see things like Project Bluebeam and stuff like that. Oh, you all right?
No.
Oh, okay. Shelly asked a question. What do you guys think of all the military signings and UFO experiences?
Sightings and UFO
experiences. Yep. Do you think it's someone trying to shut the shit down? From the reports, that's what it seems like. It seems like they have whatever these are, have a vested interest in us not blowing up the entire earth. Like it
100%. And being in the military is like, hold on, I might be going down the wrong hole here. What do you think of the military sightings and UFOs? Do you think that
just dive in?
Okay, that's what you're getting into. Yes, I think, and that goes into one of the things 2 weeks ago, the last time the UFO files were released here. We went into it because one of them was an FBI document, and that's a lot of the things we're going into. Is a lot of this is FBI. And then in those documents, the FBI says, we don't really investigate this. We hand it off to the Air Force. Well, we're not seeing Air Force documents yet. We're only seeing FBI. One of them was FBI went to a speech or a seminar that a guy was giving. Obviously, they were there for a reason, because he was probably saying something that might have been along the truth. A lot of what he said was lining up with the biblical sense of UFOs being in the Bible and stuff, but also where they are like a guiding force. And that's why they watch our nuclear sites. That's why they're here, and they're kind of the ones that when something gets out of hand, like, nope, even if you hit that button, nope, they shut it down. Doesn't launch. Like, which...
Yep. That's what Shelley shed. It not an aggressive thing, but trying to save us from ourselves. But to push back on that a little bit, when you look at the abduction phenomena,
I agree, Matthias. Yeah,
that seems very malevolent. The abduction,
phenomenon. Yes,
and the mutilations and the study. Like when you read about that stuff, And again, that it could just be that this is such a superior race. It's what we do with animals, you know, because a lot of these abduction phenomena, they're talking about breeding and stuff. We do the same thing with animals, but
do the same
being
thing ourselves.
That's true too. And maybe it's just that we're the ones it's being done to, that we feel that way, but it seems very aggressive, malevolent.
Well, that's where it goes into what I've said before too, is that if you believe there's one, there's more than one.
Yes.
So there are ones that are trying to guide us. There are ones that are more inquisitive, that are more like, what makes this tick? What makes them? It goes into, I don't know if it's did I send it? I don't know, but a pretty well-known abduction was a guy hunting an elk, and when he was 38, and he shot. The whole experience is he has the elk lined up about 100 yards away. He shoots, and when he shoots, pretty much time slows and almost comes to a stop. And he's brought up, and he has a bunch of health issues, precursor. He's brought up. He's with the elk. They're both brought up. He took the round that pretty much came out of the barrel of the gun, slowed down, stopped, and fell. He picked it up, and then he was like abducted. And they were like, "We don't want you," type thing. And so he was sent back, but he had other ailments that when he was
and
sent
a vasectomy.
back, and that was the thing. He was like, "Well, I got a vasectomy."
Yep.
And he had all these other ailments that were gone when he got back through doctors. Again, I don't know if this is 100% real, but still, it just leads into the thing where I think if you believe in one, you have to believe in multiple.
Yes.
So you believe in there's ones trying to guide us. There's ones that are inquisitive. There's ones that are malevolent. You know, there's any level of it. And
I think one of the real questions at this point, and when you look at the stuff Tim Burchett has said, is, are they from outer space or are they from here? Because it seems like some of them have been here for a very long time.
Well, Matthias said that earlier. Yeah.
Yeah. Like, he did that interview. We've played it on the podcast before. If you guys would like, we might be able to dig it up. But he's walking down the street and somebody gets him. And Tim Burchett's been pretty open about it. It's like, you know, what's going on with the UFOs thing? He says, well, we know that we've been briefed that there's these underwater structures. They're huge. They've been moving around, and apparently they've been here forever. Like
3D printers. They just make specific craft and pop them out.
He mentioned that.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, let me see if I can find it. I'll see if I can find it.
We watched something like a month ago, and we read something as well where the guy was like, "Look, they've got these underwater structures. It moves around. It avoids certain ships and certain crafts."
Yep. Yeah.
But if you're hostile, it has no problem taking you up.
Yes, Shelley, and that's my biggest thing is, you know, there's and even if they are the same race, there's probably multiple groups, right? Like, if it just goes back. I agree. I align with a lot of what you say, and a lot of this is just the naivety of thinking that when you look at the cosmos, you look up at the skies, are we really the only ones? It goes into the Drake equation, everything, and it just goes into my thing on that. If there's one, there's more than one. And maybe we are. And that's also scary. I forget. I don't know if it was Matthias who mentioned it, or no, it was someone else that came in and said, what if this is all a waste and we are the only ones? That's just as scary to me, guys. But I also wanted to go back to the FBI has been around longer, but this was specific in one of the release files that it goes back to the FBI saying specifically via like SOP, standard operating procedure, that they handed everything off to the Air Force. And that's why I mentioned that, is that we're seeing these FBI files, these initial dig-ins, but we're not seeing the Air Force files.
No.
And so
I got the clip. This is the first one. He's done interviews after this saying the same thing, but this is the first one. This is where the guy caught him like kind of coming out of the meeting, and he starts talking about these underwater bases.
Hold on.
Okay, go ahead. Go ahead.
He looks a lot like a fucking alien right there, dude.
Oh, give him a break. He's a country boy.
I'm just saying. I'm just saying.
He's a country boy. He looks like that from Bale and Hay.
He looks like he'd look over at you and be like, bleep, bloop, bleep. Oh, shit.
Oh, shit. If they have alien congressmen, we're screwed. The audio's a little low on this, so
yeah.
I'll play it, but just be warned.
These are entities that are here on this earth, that have been on this earth, that who knows how long, and that we, you know, we think they're coming in from way out. Maybe they did millennia ago, but they're here and they're in these deep water areas, and that's why. I mean, like we say, we know more about the face of the moon than we do what's going on there, and we have a higher propensity of sightings around these 5 or 6, I believe, deep water areas. And so to me, it just it creates a question there. And then when we have naval personnel telling me that we have these sightings and that there's these underwater craft they're chasing that are doing hundreds of miles an hour, and the best we've got is something that does maybe just a little under 40 miles an hour. So I got a lot of questions about that stuff, and I mean,
being someone who's grown up around boats, on top of water is one thing. Underwater, hundreds of miles per hour is
crazy.
And in the subsequent interviews, he expresses that what they specifically briefed was a structure that was several football fields large.
And we did touch on this about the. Go ahead, Quex.
Simon Mateo said, and he goes on to something I was about to mention, where he goes, "It's Atlanteans," even though he's joking. When you go into the whole Atlantean story, they're at war with Lemurians, with the ones who came from Mars. And because of that war, they ended up leaving Mars and coming down to Earth. Now, I can't remember his name, but there was the guy who claims he remote viewed Mars a million years in the past.
Yep.
And that he saw a nuclear explosion and all of this. They found evidence of nuclear explosions on Mars. So I don't think it's too far-fetched to say that there could have easily been a race there that after that nuke happened, they came here.
If anything, what we're told is true. You know me. I just got to put that in there. But yes, I mean, I think there is maybe some kind of truth to the Atlanteans, and I think you go back to Sumerian texts, you go back to all this shit that where I think at one point there was all these different races, so to speak. Sorry, anyone who's watched the stream, that, at one point, this was probably look at, he's going pee now. This piece of shit. Everyone give him shit when he gets back. Oh no.
It's been 2.5 hours.
No, he's digging around in the back somewhere. He's on to us. He's one of them. But I think maybe at one point when you go back, 3,000, 4,000 years ago, that there was multiple groups here and seeded what we are today. And maybe it was due to a war.
Maybe when you think about it, there's certain civilizations that when you go and you look into their belief of where we come from.
I say the same thing.
They start speaking of a cosmic war.
Mm-hmm.
Which is the same shit of Atlanteans and whoever's on Mars and nuke. It's the same story gets repeated in so many different places that there has to be something to it. Because it's not that it's over 100 years or so. This is from thousands of years ago up till today.
Exactly. And it goes into, the chariots and these ancient depictions thousands of years ago that are kind of, maybe coincidence. maybe not. Like me, I move past coincidence, and it's another thing I like to say here is in synchronicity. It goes beyond coincidence, and it starts coming into the realm of synchronicities, where all this stuff is just lining up, and it's kind of like, yeah, different people might have had different stories because they view things differently, but it all kind of comes around full circle, right? Where it's like, okay, now we can all have a different view, but we can look at this and see maybe it's the same thing.
One thing I wanted to bring up before I play this video. This is the guy you were talking about remote viewing. And I'm going to hop on that in a second, but I wanted to bring this up. So Bill Cooper, the guy who wrote Behold a Pale Horse, he was in the Navy. He's one of the first people to bring up this idea of like a Project Bluebeam. He said that on a ship he had seen a giant craft come out of the ocean. He also said that, and originally he had believed in UFOs as this outside alien source, but later in life he had believed that he was fed disinformation. But to hit on this video, this gentleman we're seeing, before we just label him as like a kook or something, this guy was paid to do this for a living, remote viewing. He has used these skills to not only for the government to like rescue people, but also there's a famous case, if you look it up, where they remote viewed a giant building that was made in Russia. And they remote viewed in there, and he said they're building a sub in there. And they said, no, there's no way. There's not direct access to the water. And then about 6 months later, they flew a spy plane over there, and sure enough, there was a giant lock basically dug in there. And sure enough, there was a submarine in there. So before we just write it off as crazy or something, there is something, I don't know what the fuck it is, this remote viewing.
I've dived into it, and I spent a lot of time diving into it and lost a lot of sleep and shit I've experienced, whether I'm crazy, whether it's
great book.
Whether it's dream state or whatever. The shit I've experienced is crazy. And yes, Shelley, that's kind of what I'm referring to, is that it really, it's going back predating, Christ, predating thousands of years, if you believe in carbon dating, but even still.
And like we've talked about in the past, I wonder if this remote viewing is not, it's something that we all have, but through the years we've lost.
That's my thing. It goes back to the vegetable body. There's a thing that we used to be. Oh, go ahead, quick. Sorry.
No, go on. Finish. I'll
well, there used to be this thing where we were in I think a lot of it more currently is through design, but before it's known as like the vegetable body, is where we were so connected, where you see why these texts, religious texts, because we were connected to beyond. We did have more access to our brains, and we had these experiences with God or with entities or with anything. So people were, all the disciples, all this stuff, these were people connected to it. These were people that actually were communicating with the creator, in my eyes. And again, it goes back to where we just grew apart because of creature comforts, because of learning how to not hunt, not live off the land, not any of this stuff. All of this grew into it, but then now more recently it's been pushed to try to separate us from this vegetable mind, because again, it goes into the separation thing. We're easier to control if we're apart. And if everyone has access to this vegetable mind and this vegetable body thing, where we can all kind of synchronize, and we're not controllable. But yeah, sorry.
No. What were you going to say, Quex?
No, there's definitely something to it. Because there's one guy that, well, Ponte's seen him on a couple podcasts I've watched with him. where he basically goes out with certain groups of people and tries to save certain people that have been human trafficked.
Oh yeah.
Now a lot of the people that he has actually brought back, they've used a woman as a psychic that does remote viewing.
She worked for the CIA. Yeah, okay.
Yeah. I think it was like 20-something years or something she used to work with them. So this is something that's people can learn to do. I do believe this is shit that we can do naturally. Like we've had this conversation before.
Mm-hmm.
When you see babies staring off into the distance and they're just happy engaging with absolutely nothing, they see shit that we don't see. When they grow up and they tell us this, we tell them, "Oh, don't stop doing that shit. You're being weird. Like your friends ain't real."
Matthias just touched on it too.
Train it out of them, yeah.
Yep.
And then you gotta remember, CIA also went and looked into this and studied this shit with the Monroe Institute, with Robert Monroe and the whole Gateway experience. And if you go and look into that, that's all that goes into a whole bunch of different shit. A whole bunch of different shit.
And
it shows our minds are capable of a lot.
And bringing up the language aspect, it kind of ties it back to the Tower of Babel story. Is that when this happened? Is that when we lost this extra ability that we had? I'm a strong Christian. I believe that story. That's where my mind kind of goes when we're bringing up the languages and how it's kind of separated us. Did we lose that form of communication?
I think it's more a modern thing that's been done.
I agree. I think it's been pushed
through
conditioning
and diet.
Yes, I believe so.
Diet can heal or kill you.
But I think I think originally it was creature comfort that started to separate us from it, right? Like originally it wasn't intentional. It was that we learned to come together. We learned to work together, and an aspect of it was lost. Not all of it. It was just part of it because we didn't need it. Written language, a muscle you don't work shrinks and dies, right?
Yep.
If you don't ever use your bicep, you're not going to have a bicep. Like, goes into short-term, long-term evolution, but another conversation we had a deep talk on. But
correct,
it's the same thing, and so I think
have
initially
a question for you guys.
It wasn't malicious, and then it was malicious that it was targeted and removed. Go ahead.
Do you think yeah, that's a deep question. Do you think the people, the powers that be, whoever they is, we always say they, and I don't really know who they is, do you think they still have access to this?
I wouldn't say fully. No. Yeah.
Yeah, no.
Yeah,
they
no.
Do.
Yep.
But see, when I say no, it's they do. But what they're using the access for isn't what we would use the access for. Because most people are going to use that to get close to the creator or God.
Yep.
Whereas they're using it to do malicious shit.
Yeah, most people want to know the purpose.
Dark and light has been around from the beginning of time.
Yep.
So you can't have one without the other.
It's the oldest battle in history.
Mm-hmm. What does the Bible say as well? This world is run by Satan.
Yep.
So it would make sense that they have access to this because of who they worship and put their faith into.
Yeah, I agree with the no thing. I agree that most of us, I think that's the eternal, and it kind of goes back to Matthias. What is consciousness? Like,
it's a radio signal.
Most of us, and we're the receptor. But most of us want to know just what is the purpose, right? Like, what am I here for? Idiocracy. Yeah, that's
yes, 100. It's our reality.
Yeah, but then you get people who understand what they can manipulate knowledge for, and they're not understanding. Yeah, maybe they know what the purpose is, but they it's just evil seems to have its fingers and leech in. Like you have all these things, like as you guys, these two know, organized religion meant for good. Evil people wanted power, used it for power, and it got infiltrated. Democracy, anything. I mean, you look into Freemasons, a lot of people paint Freemasons, and I think a lot of times they are kind of lost their path. But originally, Templars, Rosicrucians, Freemasons, they were meant for good. But people learned how to manipulate them for bad and took control of these things.
When you gotta look into the teachers, it actually makes a lot of things.
Oh shit, Matthias is, yeah.
Yeah, that's what I was just saying as well.
Steven said, "Don't get me started on religion."
I mean,
yeah, that's why I'm trying not to respond.
Yeah, that's not.
Because listen, that's our longest episodes. That's our longest episodes. When we get started on religion, we'll be here for 4 hours.
We're not diving into that here.
4 hours a day for 7 weeks.
Yeah.
and we disagree. Well, I disagree with them, but we're not getting into that now.
You're gonna come around.
You're gonna come around.
Yeah, I don't. Like I said, I struggle with faith. I am spiritual. I just struggle with, the book and with that stuff, but we're not getting into it.
Yeah.
But yeah,
and
Matthias,
I haven't fully formed my views either. I haven't fully formed my views either. Like I've been reading the Orthodox Bible, but like I haven't committed to any, because I find it so tough, because a lot of them believe that we're the one true ray and the rest of the Christians are wrong. And I don't know. I find a lot of that to be very tough to absorb.
See, that's something that come out from organized religion.
But that's my biggest thing too, is that my thing is like, and we've kind of touched, again, we're not going to dive into this. Just let me talk about this.
Seems like we're about to.
I know, but we're not. We got to stay away from this. It's already gone too long. We can't dive into this now.
If you do it, things are going to be said.
No, I know. I just want to say my thing, and you guys know this, so I'm not bringing up anything new. Like, you can take things. That's how I view it, is like Buddhism, like everything. There is good aspects to a lot. I'm not saying all. Calm down, Quex and Jay. I saw the face on Jay. Calm down. I know.
My hands to give right.
I know, but we're not going into it. But there's things you can take from it. A lot of religions, not all. Okay, guys, not all. There is good to be taken from it. There is. Do
you want to know something that will make you think of that comment differently?
Go ahead. We're not going to get into it. We're not going to get into it.
It's too late. It's too late. It's too late.
Satan doesn't tempt you with bad. He tempts you with good.
Oh, you're going to love this one.
Matthias is on my side. Matthias is on my side.
Yeah, they should be.
Yes. They like to say I'm washed out because I'm like, no. It gives you.
Hey, not they.
Okay, Jay likes to say it to me.
That's just a joke, though. I
know.
That's just a joke.
Funny, yeah. We're as much as we disagree here, guys, and as much and do not feel bad about commenting anything, because we are very tough on each other, and we appreciate the outside view, and that's what we are here.
Yes.
Is we're about that, and we're about whether it's right or wrong, or oh, Mark commented again.
What did Mark say? I got a delay on
yes, but a lot of them. So all I know of Mark is golden teacher. So I know a lot of what you can buy offline. And maybe DM me, but I know there's levels to it. And when I try to get beyond on Golden Teacher,
Speaking of, can one of you sorry to interrupt, can one of you drop the link to the Discord? We do have a Discord, so if you guys want to jump in the Discord, we'll drop the link down there. But I've never dived down the psychedelic road.
Shelly. Yes, Shelly. Oh, dude.
I want to. I'm
even
coming down
micro.
to. Yeah. I'm coming down. Coming down to visit Mr. P here in a few months. Maybe we can figure something out. But I've heard
I'm working on it.
It can be it's a life-changing experience. All religions have their good aspects. It's the minority sects that tarnish it. I do think there's 100% some truth to that.
Yes.
It's a bit more nuanced than that, though.
Yes.
I agree.
But the thing today is so there are churches that you would go there and initially, if you don't know any better, you'd think they're following Christianity and the Bible, but they're really following some twisted satanic version.
Yep.
But that's pointing to the same point she's saying.
Yeah. But now you also have Gnostic churches pretending to be Christian, and converts are going to them, not really knowing what they're getting into.
Steven's trying to get us to be here all night, bro.
No,
Steven's saying exactly what I've said on so many episodes and combos.
I agree, Shelly. That's what I was pointing out. And can we put the Discord in here? Is there a way to?
I posted the link.
I didn't see it.
I didn't see it either.
No, I posted it again.
100%, Mark. Like that's.
Maybe it's being blocked by
Mark,
link.
where are you from, Mark? Oh, you
might
say
have
New
to
York, but I know a Mark
I got
that has helped my brother cultivate certain things, and that just made me think. I was like, wait.
I don't know. I think this Mark, not Red Band, has been. I'm not sure if it's the same Mark, but he's been saying Red Band's been watching for like a week now, and I love it. There's the link to the Discord, guys.
It is Mark. DM me, Mark.
It is?
I don't know. Just dude,
what are the odds?
Well, maybe my brother.
Yeah.
It could be. Did you get here because of my brother?
We're getting all the Nephilim in here. All the New England Nephilim is in here.
Nah, you see, Steve is fucking me up right now because he says he doesn't want to get into religion.
I know, dude.
We're not exactly what I've been holding back from speaking about when Ponte goes and talks about different religions.
Dude, I know you saw me get a shit-eating grin when you were talking. I was like, I just need to let him go.
Yeah, I saw it, and that's the thing. So maybe Mark is.
Let's watch this video to get off the religion talk.
Okay. He's saying red bar, not red band.
Red bar. Sorry. I'm a dumbass.
Okay. So maybe it's not the Mark I'm thinking of. I'm from Mass too, Mark, by the way. Born and raised.
Let's not get it.
Okay, now we gotta get into how the aliens created different race, religions, and languages to do their own shit.
No. We're not. We can.
We're gonna have to do it.
Not tonight. We're gone too long. I
know. 2 hours, 53 minutes.
Yeah.
We'll save it. Let's watch this video though. Let's watch this video and then give some comments on the end. This is about the guy remote viewing Mars, allegedly like a million years in the past. I think this is from Sean Ryan, which, by the way, I think Sean Ryan's one of the top interviewers. But let's go ahead and watch this.
These pyramids were built as a hibernation reason, that something was wrong with the air they were breathing and that they were in trouble. And they were hibernating and waiting for rescue. And I said that these people were really strange because they were just like us, only they're 10 to 12 feet tall. Proportioned exactly the same, looked just like a human.
Was this in the past or was this present?
I got the sense.
Okay, it's clearly not the Sean Ryan
I was about
podcast.
to
That
say,
Who the fuck was that pirate?
that was fucking Chris Angel Mind Freak interviewing him.
It was a long time ago.
Okay, how did this?
Who the
How did
fuck
you?
is this guy?
How did this leave you feeling after this experience?
So he handed me
him on
the
this
envelope.
looks
I
coming.
opened it up, and on the envelope it said Mars 1 million BC. And that's when I was like, whoa. First reaction I had, it really pissed me off. I don't do targets that I can't get righteous feedback for. If I can never know the ground truth, it really ticks me off because it's a waste of my time. So next time I'm on the West Coast, I'm going to go to Jet Propulsion Laboratory and get negatives for every single one of these locations. So next time I was on the West Coast, I went to JPL. So I handed the guy the card. He said, well, how can I help you? And I said, I would like the 4x4 negatives for all of these locations. And I handed him the card. And he just looked at it. He said, oh, that's the old city on Mars.
Yes,
Right.
Shelley.
So Mars is a personal fascination for you.
Absolutely.
The interviewer pisses me off.
Yeah.
All right.
I don't know why when I look at him, the first thing that came to my mind
I need
was
to know
Captain
the
Hook.
I need to know the backstory between both of those.
Okay, well, let me apologize. The background, the background looked. That guy was on Sean Ryan. The background looked like the Sean Ryan podcast. Okay, and he told the same information on the Sean Ryan podcast, and you can verify that guy did not the Mars remote viewing, but that the programs he worked for, he did work for. Why he was talking to Chris Angel Mind Freak, I don't know. But
Good catch.
Thank you. I worked hard to find that. I can't believe. Oh, dude, that was great. That was fucking great.
Confused when this guy came on the screen. I know that's not Sean Ryan.
Yeah, I was too. I was like, that's why I paused. I was like, okay,
Is this your card? Blah.
Yeah.
Picks up a card. Oh shit.
Yeah.
No, but
shit.
I mean, I take it all with a grain of salt. Like, do
But
I
there's
believe
this-
in that shit? Yes.
There's those videos of Buzz Aldrin though saying that there's obelisk on Mars though.
I'd believe it.
Yeah, Shelley. But I got sidetracked. I was laughing at her comment. But I mean, just the production of that. Whoever made that is kind of. It could have been legit, right? But whoever made that clip is kind of like, what are you doing, man?
I don't know, man. I'm just here
People
presenting
weird.
just presenting the information.
If you can
No, I
remote
know.
view
I know.
1 million years BC and see all of this on Mars, why the fuck don't you go and look at creation?
Well,
Dude, why don't you
maybe
go
we
and
should
look at
bring
the
up-
crucifixion and go and see what actually happened?
Okay, I'm glad you brought that up. That's where I was
That
going.
woman?
Have you exactly
Yeah.
the clip of the woman again on the Sean Ryan podcast? Hopefully, I can find it and not the fucking Chris Angel Mind Freak podcast. But there's a woman who's another remote viewer he's interviewing, and she asks, "Has anybody remote viewed the crucifixion?" And she gets very uncomfortable.
They asked if she did.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, maybe there's a blocking because
No, but when you play,
go
yeah.
into a lot of remote viewing and people talk about being blocked.
Oh, when you play this though, yeah. After
Yes,
I'll show you the
Matthias.
second one because she spoke on it again on a different podcast, but then denied it all.
Well, here's the thing for Mateus and Mark. You can order DMT, the dangerous one. What's the one
But
that
they're doing 5-MeO DMT trials. over there
MEO?
now.
Well, no, is it MEO? What's the synthetic or the not? Is it? whatever it is. You can order it from Canada now, and I am looking into it. You better believe. But yeah,
I got it. Sorry guys, it took me a second to find it. And it's not because I don't know how to spell crucifixion. I just want to be very clear. I know how to spell.
Definitely messed it up.
Oh no, I clearly just stated it's not because I don't know how to spell.
Sure. Well,
All right,
that being
so-
said, I'm gonna pee again.
Oh my
Here we
god.
fucking go. This is your fifth fucking piss. We're gonna start taxing you. There's gonna be piss break taxes.
Can you imagine?
I can hear.
God made the Nephilim like 9 foot tall, gave them weak ass bladders.
Yeah, he made them tall as shit, but they have to
Bro.
piss every 10 minutes.
A bladder of a toddler.
All right, this is 8 minutes, so we'll hopefully it gets to it quickly. But for anybody who hasn't seen this, it's very interesting.
Hey, you're not showing, by the way. You could have a roll up where this guy goes to tinkle.
What'd you say?
I'm gonna roll me a cigarette while this guy goes to fucking empty his bladder again for the 9th time.
Okay.
In fact, let me even get that second clip ready.
What?
I said, let me get that second clip ready because there's a clip of her on another podcast.
Well, yeah, I know which one you're talking about. Where she kind of references what she says here.
Yeah, it shows that I didn't mean it. It never happened. I was just caught off guard.
Okay, I'll let this one play.
Yeah, go on.
Y'all are fucking mean. All right. I am very well
remote
hydrated.
viewing for. And so kind of what I mean, if I knew how to tap into this, I just have so many questions about the past, about religion, about UFOs, about all kinds of stuff. And so I'm wondering if you use this for your own curiosity.
Oh, yeah, of course. I would. Oh, of course. I read it. I would read anything I could on it. Yeah.
Well, I mean, so
That's an
here's an
alien.
example.
Be nice.
I would love to
just
know maybe what some of the things that were happening in World War II or the Bible or just big questions.
Oh, you mean use your psychic abilities to kind of figure it out?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, I sometimes.
What
But
are
then
some of
sometimes
the
you don't know if you're right though, but you don't have the feedback, and so you don't know if you're right or whatever. So sometimes you have to do.
Hold on.
You may.
She looks like she's about to ask for sugar water.
Give her a break. You're being so mean.
Sugar water.
You're
I mean,
being
even how
mean.
she's talking, she's an alien. Go ahead. Sorry.
Why are you being so mean right now? All right. Let me hit
Be
play.
curious about something or think of something and maybe try to figure it out. And then maybe it'll just do some research. Maybe your thinking was right, or maybe you have to look for your feedback to see if what you were feeling was right.
interesting? What are some of the big questions that you've
I
looked
guess
into?
what goes on after we leave this, I guess after our body, our physical body, I don't think, I sort of think that we
Shelley
sort of
said
go on
clearly
in
a lizard.
some way.
Yeah.
That's what
And I
gave the
do
thumbs up
believe
for.
that I was born and raised Catholic, but I had to let go a lot of that. I just had to let a lot of that thinking go. I mean, I like to think that we go on in some way. I do believe that there was a man named Jesus that walked the earth. But there were other people too that were here to teach lessons. My biggest thing was what happens after we go on. I'm interested to know, do we come in reincarnation? I've asked, do we come back?
What do you believe happens when we die?
I just think you're kind of I think your sort of stand it is that the same people that I was with, I just think that we somehow we come back and we come. Well, it's the same. Like in other words,
I was thinking more of iguana, Shelley, but similar.
The link I sent, the guy introduces her, and then they play the clip where Sean Ryan asks her, and then he asks her about it.
Okay, I got it up. We'll play it right now.
There you go, show it. Yeah, there you go.
You let me know if you're comfortable with this.
I like this guy's
I'm only
podcast,
asking
too.
because there would be
She's a witch,
definitely a follow-up
okay?
question here by my audience. I can foresee it already. When you were on the Sean Ryan show, you had stopped at a certain question. You know what I'm referring to?
I know everybody asked about that.
Have you tried to look into religion at all, such as the crucifixion? Do you have?
She's a lizard person, dude.
Do you not want to talk about that?
See that reaction, Ponte?
She's clearly very uncomfortable
compared to her demeanor before.
No,
Yeah.
no. I completely get what you're saying, but I also get that this is a fucking alien. This isn't a human.
Be nice. She's trying to stay on topic.
You're one of the original species. How can you say that she's an alien?
Yeah, you're a Nephilim. You are the problem. You are the alien here.
No, we're the ones trying to guide you. That's the ones trying to influence you.
Okay. I don't want your guidance, buddy. All right, let's finish watching this.
As the crucifixion?
Nods her head.
Do you have? Do you not want to talk about that?
Dude, she's freaking out.
And I'd be a poor interviewer if I didn't ask it myself.
Okay, first of all, I was shocked that he asked the question. When he asked the question, I was in shock. But I stopped because there was no way I was going to answer that question on that podcast, because I do know that he gets a lot of.
She is a lizard.
He gets, his audience is mainstream. A lot of his audience is mainstream. So there was no way I was just not going to answer that. But no, I did not. But the truth of the matter is no, I did not remote view the crucifixion.
Okay.
Dude, I'm not buying that shit at all.
Why is she gasping air like this isn't her natural atmosphere?
Oh my god.
Dude, I'm not even worried about that at that point. She just fucking lied.
Yeah, a lizard man would say that. A fellow
what do you
lizard.
think?
Fencing up and nodding along with it. Both times he asked, biting off the finger, rubbing on her gum and shit. Like you're nervous because you've seen some shit.
I get it. All jokes aside, she did have probably lizard person reaction, but she did have a reaction the first time. It was clearly she was uncomfortable.
Fish.
She was uncomfortable. It looked like panic, right?
Yes.
Unverbalized, really a panic.
I can't say what I saw.
But a lizard person would do that.
Dude, when I originally saw that, I think it was before I met you, Quex, but it freaked me the fuck out because she is very concerned with what she saw.
Her eyes didn't freak you out?
She's definitely an odd person. I'll give you that. She might be a lizard person, but her demeanor changed significantly.
Oh yeah, for sure.
That question.
Yeah.
And then when she does the other dude's podcast, she says, no, I didn't do it. Well, you nodded your head yes. He asked you specifically, did you do it? You said yes. Then he asked you specifically, do you want to talk about it? And you said no.
She actually asked her twice, and she said yes twice.
Yeah.
It was a panic. She looked panicked. She looked like oh shit.
And Kay kind of brings up what I was going to bring into. Did somebody reach out to her and say, "You better never fucking say that shit again, you old lizard bitch"?
Well, that's what I said. That's what I go into is there's verbal, right, and then there's nonverbal. We are still so animalistic where you can say yes without saying a word. You can say yes without shaking your head. You can say, oh no, but you could be like, oh, yep, you saying yes.
Yeah, exactly.
Dude, this
thinking if I open my mouth, they might come for me.
When I see shit like that, man, it just makes me think how strange this world really is and how much I don't know. Like how there's times I think that like I want to know, but how fucking crazy would it make you seem? Like maybe this lady isn't a lizard person. Maybe she just knows a whole fucking lot.
Well, that goes into what I always say about the careful curation of the release of UFO information, right? Because you say you want to know, and we're pretty open-minded, right? But if you really knew, does it have a potential to melt your brain? Nope. Does it have a potential to make you cry?
So.
Does it have a potential to make you cry like Reagan or whoever it was? When
I don't think so.
I'm tough. Motherfucker, cry. That's a cheat one. I cried at Lion King, bro.
I mean, I cry.
I will cry.
Listen, I'm man as fuck, and I will cry at. Don't make me watch movies.
Bro, I cried at the end of Terminator 2 when I was young. But I saw the thumbs up in the lava.
This might be revealing too much, but I remember one of the first movies I cried at was the end of Forrest Gump when he's talking to the headstone of Jenny. I remember I was probably 14 or 15. I was like, what the fuck is this?
I'm going to date myself, and I'm not going to say the name of the movie. I want to see if anyone in chat knows this. Maybe Kay, maybe you guys, but it's about a toaster. Bro, when I tell you I fucking cried, I still watch that shit, or Land Before Time.
Dude, yeah.
The original
movies were brutal, dude.
Fucking, but they made us tough. Like,
yeah.
And the kids don't have that nowadays. Like, we grew up watching these movies that broke your fucking heart. And to this day, I will watch them and tear up. Like,
even Bambi, the first 10 minutes of Bambi, you see his mom get shot. Yeah.
Yep, K, the brave toaster. Yep.
Yeah, our generation, we watched it. They broke your. They gave you a favorite character, just took something away that was important to them.
Steven said, "I'm crying because we are not talking about religion." Steven, if we talk about religion, we will be here until 3 a.m.
No, I can't do that.
Fuck it, let's go.
No. Another.
We'll do it another time.
I don't have the mental strength to do that right now.
Yeah,
that's why we need to do it now, because this is where we break concept.
It's where we finally get them to concede. No, this has been a great stream. Like, the chat engagement has been next level. I mean, Mark, Mateus, Shelly, all you guys. It's been awesome. Stephen, Kay, like it's been great.
Especially Mark from Massachusetts. He's a real one.
Yeah.
Seeing everyone get involved in the chat today. It's good.
No, that's what we like, and that's where, it'll be more difficult not moving forward. Not saying we'll ever be big guys, but I prefer it not, honestly. Like, this to me would be way better than a flooded chat and not being able to see who we talk to. You know what I mean? Like this is.
I agree with that.
Yeah,
I agree with that. And there's settings where you can slow it down some too.
Yeah,
but
you have to do that.
I got a question for the chat. Do you guys prefer the vertical view or do you prefer the horizontal? This is our first time doing the vertical view. We're using a different setup. And also, how was the quality today when we were showing the videos and stuff?
I know vertical helps with
it definitely helps with like discovery and stuff like that. But we could always do special streams and stuff that are vertical if people, you know, the viewers who keep coming back prefer horizontal.
Kay said for YouTube and Twitch horizontal. Okay, yeah. And then for like TikTok vertical, maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know
Okay,
YouTube.
So Matthias is on his phone, so vertical.
Okay.
Okay, so or maybe we stick with that until, you know.
Okay, we can do. And there might be an option on here. Like I said, it's our first day doing it. A lot of times, some of these we're using Streamlabs, Talk Studio. There might be an option on here to where you can do dual. I don't know yet. I know Streamlabs, you can do that for like streaming games, so I'll have to look into it. But it might be an option.
But yeah, we really appreciate it, guys. Like
we do
the engagement. Like that's we strayed.
It
off
makes it
towards
so enjoyable.
Yeah, we strayed off towards the end, but it was a conversation between the three of us and you guys, which is
yeah.
It was so much more enjoyable, so much more fun. Like,
yeah, we'll have to get Mystic Mac in here.
Oh my. If they're ready for the Compton cryptid, I mean,
yeah. We'll have to get Mystic Mac.
He is a character. We love him dearly. I mean,
yes.
Quex is getting to know him. Me and Jay he's one of our. We don't. I mean, me and the Compton cryptid live together, not together, but near each other. Jay's 2,000 miles away, but we are. He's just like us, guys, and we just get along and we have a lot of fun. And but he's definitely a little more pointed, a little sharper. Not sharper. I mean, he's smart too, but
yes, he's very well spoken also.
Yeah.
But I mean, that probably, I don't know. I think that probably ends it for us. What do you guys think? Any closing comments or anything?
I'll go into it. I like to go into it. It's about talking, guys. It's about having opposing views. And it's about not getting mad at each other, right? It's about us coming together, whether we have the same views or different views, and talking about it. Not making enemies of each other. None of this shit. I think at the end of the day, like, listen, I mean this wholeheartedly. I get goosebumps. Like, and they won't fully agree with me, but like religion, race, anything, put that shit aside. We're people.
Yep.
That's exactly. You're a wizard, Harry. Like,
you're a wizard, Harry.
We just need to be able to talk about shit and be able to have different views and be able to have fun and give each other shit. Like, take the sting out of words. Words are just words. But that's it. Yeah. I like to, I touch on it a lot. I know I'm long-winded.
No, it's a great point. Like, we've been on here and we've been borderline yelling at each other, and you told me I've been ridiculous. But at the end of the day, like, I know that if there's one person I can trust with my kids, you're one of them. Like, if you really get to know somebody, your political differences and that shit doesn't matter, So we like to talk about a bunch of crazy shit on here. That's what we do. And if you guys know people who like to talk about crazy shit, share it for us. Like, help us get out there a little bit. But this is the most engagement we've had, and I don't know about you guys. Maybe you could weigh in, but it's probably the funnest stream I've had.
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah.
But you get different people's thoughts and opinions as well, man.
Yeah, but
Kay, you don't necessarily think of yourself.
And shout out to Kay too for helping us on TikTok.
Yeah, but women are the worst. But I don't want to cut off. I'm sorry. I have a problem with that, guys. You'll realize that if you watch. I have a problem with it. And Quex is usually good at it and says, shut up, let me finish. Make your closing statement, Quex. I'm sorry. You know me.
No, to be honest, I don't really have anything extra to add to what you added. I think that was good to end on, to be honest.
Okay. Well, guys, we go live every Wednesday and Friday at 7:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time in America. We also usually throw in a TikTok stream in there because we got a lot of followers over there. You can follow us over there. We're also on X and Instagram, but we don't post too much over there. It's mainly YouTube and TikTok. And even TikTok, I don't know if we're going to stay over there too much longer anyways. We said the word retard, and they gave
about
us a
myself.
strike for
I
that.
said it about myself because
Yes.
I am,
Yes.
guys. Like, you'll learn that if you stick around long enough. I'm kind of special, so.
Yeah. But that's when we go live. If you guys hit the bell notification, I'll let you guys know. But again, we just want to thank everybody for being here. And like
We
Kay said,
appreciate you
yes,
guys.
thank you, Kay. Join the Discord. Reach out to us. If there's stuff you want us to talk about, drop it in the Discord, and we'll do our best to talk about it. But
Hell yeah,
until
Mark.
next time, we'll talk to you guys later.
Yeah, guys.
Bye.
Love you guys. Later.